Hello. Hi, guys. Please, please, somebody tell me if you can hear me. Because if I break any more things today, oh my gosh. Where's all the people? Hello. Where's all the people? Where's the making a murderer people? Hi. I see somebody. Will somebody let me know if you can hear me? Please. Just say yes in chat. Please tell me you can hear me. Hello. Don't be shy. Say hello. That's okay. I'm pretty shy too, so we'll be shy together. Oh, you can hear me. Thank goodness. Awesome. Thank you, rude dude. Thank you for letting me know. Great. Because I've been breaking this thing all day trying to make it work, and I just keep breaking the things. And then it looks like it's working, and then it's not. I can't get my good mic to work, so I had to put the headset on. It's the only thing I can get to work for some reason. So frustrating. I don't suppose anybody out there, the couple people that are here so far, knows how to use Streamlabs. That would be awesome if somebody could help me with that because I don't know what I'm doing. Thanks for watching, though, rude dude. The test. I did lots of tests. When I thought I got it, I did a bunch of tests that I didn't put online, and the ones that worked, I tried to go live, and then it didn't work. So it's been a mess today. So what's up today? I have no real um, topic specifically. Um, Possibly if people want to talk about something specific, that would be great. We could chat about that. Um, uh-oh. See, now I just got an error. Please, please tell me it's working still. Oh my goodness. The audio has more than two channels, but only one mono or two stereo channels are supported. Please correct something. Goodness. Well, all right. I don't know how to I don't know how to correct it. So, anyway. Hey, Rude Dude, are you still here? Is it still working? Or did this error like break things? If it did, I'm just done. I don't know what else to do with this thing. Is anybody there that can hear me, hopefully? That can tell me? Because I just got an error popped up about my audio again. So I'm hoping that it didn't break it. Let's see. You are, and yes. Yes, it's still working? I hope that's what you mean. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Anything you want to talk about, Rude Dude? Anything at all? Could be making a murder stuff. I have watched The Staircase. I know a bit about Darlie Routier, uh, Chris Watts. You know, whatever is probably going on out there. I've been paying attention, watching the things. So if anybody wants to talk about any of those things, that's cool. We could do that. I actually took some notes on Purplexedqt's live with John Beltwell the other night that were really that whole thing was so great. So I had to take notes because there's so many things um, that he straightened out and squashed, rumors and such. So so I guess until somebody tells me that they want to talk about something else, I'll just go over these notes that I took because I thought it was great. Um, so one of the first things that I thought was cool was that he said that their family does not know the Hallbachs, and they're not related to the Hallbachs. So that that whole mitochondrial DNA, it could be her. They switched the bones. That should hopefully just end because they're not related. At least not in the right way where there would be a mitochondrial DNA match. Um, the the side by side picture that everybody's seen of Carmen next to Teresa, where it shows how similar looking they are. Apparently, that was Carmen's junior high school graduation picture, and he said that's not at all what she looked like anymore. So I guess that really means that at the time of her death and Teresa's murder, they couldn't have been mistaken for each other, is what I'm gathering. He did say that her hair was a hell of a lot shorter. So, you know, I'm guessing that they don't look similar enough that they could have been mistaken for each other, even though those two specific pictures looked very similar. Um, I've still yet to see any recent picture of Carmen, like somewhere close to the time that she passed away. He did confirm that it took. Hi, Catnip. Hey, Catnip. So I'm just rambling. Hi, Gloria. I'm just rambling right now because I'm waiting for people to pop on and hoping that this keeps working because I've been working on it all day trying to get the audio to work. Um, so right now I was just saying that I took some notes on Laura's live with John Boutwell the other night, and I was just going to go over those until people came in and said if they had any questions or wanted to talk about anything specific. So if you guys have anything, just ask. We'll talk about it. This is just kind of filler until somebody, has something that they want to talk about. Let's see. He did confirm that it took several weeks to get her ashes back, and he said that that was unusual. I guess when his father passed away, they got his ashes back fairly quickly. But hers took a lot longer, and he's not aware of any excuse or reason why that happened. Um, he also said that Zellner has never contacted any of the Boutwells about the ashes or testing them at all. So that's just not correct. I don't know what that whole thing was where Scott Taddick was like, "Yeah, we can get you the ashes to test." I'm not sure why that happened. And saying that Zellner had contacted him or about it or something, and he said he can get the ashes for someone to be testing them. John Boutwell said that's not true. All right, Rude Dude, I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, I'll probably be here. Um, it says Carmen's death was one of the first of a string of overdose deaths, and there was an investigation into her death was reopened in 2014, I guess because it was connected with the possibility that um, she was involved with the others who had similar overdose deaths. And that's interesting. And I wrote down a note that I was wondering if that investigation is still open. That's something that he didn't answer or say what came of it, if it was closed or they found an answer. I didn't get those answers there. The Boutwells don't know Scott and Barb, so that kind of goes along with you know they'd never talked to him, never asked him for the ashes and such. Excuse me. And this is just a little tidbit of information. I've heard rumors that Carmen was found in a motel, um, or that she was at her grandmother's house. But apparently, it's like an upstairs, downstairs. There's two separate apartments, and she lived in the upstairs apartment. Her grandmother lived in the downstairs apartment, which that's just a little tidbit of information that I was never super clear on. Um, he also said that she did not have a boyfriend. Her and that guy, I can't remember that guy's name now, the one that was in jail and that was told to stay away from her, she was told to stay away from him, whichever way that went, that they were just good friends, um, because she was a lesbian and only a lesbian, is what he said. So that was not her boyfriend. I'm not sure if I should say. I did get the girl's name who was at Carmen's house that night. Well, they did say it, so I might as well. I mean, it is in Caso. Her name was Jess Miller, um, and I believe they there's some sort of mention of her in Caso, though I can't really remember. Hi, Jamie. Let's see. And Jess Miller, the girl that was with Carmen. I guess she had spent the night that night, and she lived nearby, but she had stayed the night at Carmen's and slept in Carmen's bed. And um, that girl, she also was a cellmate of Jody's. So I thought that was really interesting. I wonder, this is just more of those things that are so strange. I don't know. Coincidence, maybe, possibly. Who knows? um, So yeah, the grandma went upstairs to wake Carmen up for court. It was somewhere between 8 and 8:30 in the morning. Um, and this part was unclear because he said both, and I'm not really sure which way it actually what he was meant to to say, but he said that either she didn't answer the door, meaning, and I think what he meant was, and why it confused me when I wrote this part down, was that she didn't open the door. She hollered from inside the apartment and said, um, like, hold on, or something, but she didn't open the door, and that her Carmen's grandmother hung around for a little while and got tired of waiting, that it was quite a long wait. She got tired of waiting, went back downstairs, and then um, I guess Jess either came downstairs or she hollered downstairs, one or the other, or something's wrong with Carmen, or you can come up now. One of those one of those two. He said both, so I'm not sure which one. And then she was found somewhere between 8 and 8:30. So all that probably happened, fairly close to each other. Let's see. So yeah, when Carmen was found, she was still completely dressed from the night before. So the way that I understood it was that Jess went to bed in Carmen's room, and Carmen stayed out in the living room, and she was down by her stereo. And John said it was very common for her to sit in front of her stereo, play CDs and stuff. So that's where she was found. But she was still completely dressed, like she hadn't gone to bed at all. So, um, and he also said that it was clear that she had been gone for quite a while. So it wasn't like she had gotten up and then something happened to her that morning. It was pretty clear that it had been hours at least. Something else that was interesting was Deborah Kakich, I think that's how you say her name, was removed from Carmen's case for being too emotionally involved. She was making like several personal calls to the family, like condolence calls, like I'm so sorry for your loss, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, stuff like that. So she was removed for that. And I wrote a little note. I was curious if that's normal behavior Deborah for Deborah Kakich. I'd like to know if that's normal behavior for her when someone passes away like that, and for her to just call. I mean that sounds like someone that either really cares. Um, I don't know. I mean, maybe if I was in her position, there's probably not a whole lot of deaths. You probably do call and everybody knows everybody or is related, small places like that, small towns. Um, I could see that happening. Not somewhere in a big city like Chicago. You probably would get so many deaths and such that you wouldn't call all the families and make it so personal. But so I didn't specifically find that too um, strange just because of the surrounding circumstances, but he thought that it was a little bit, I think. Um, Gloria said, did he say that his family had never met the Hallbachs? Yes, he did. He said that they were not related to them and they didn't know them at all. And yeah, most importantly, that they're not related, at least not in the right way that there would be mitochondrial DNA match with the bones. But one of the biggest things that Laura talked to him a couple of years ago, and one of the biggest things that she's been saying for her forever, I'm sorry, forever, and she's repeated this a lot, and it's that the police didn't pay for the funeral or the cremation, um, and that was a pretty big deal, because that sort of thing is a little strange. It's very strange, if the police would have done that, because you would, of course, you automatically assume, well, they're doing that so that they can have control of the bones. They have access to the bones or something like that. Um, but they didn't. That their father works really hard to pay for all of that, and also that the pastor of their church allowed them to have the funeral services at their church free of charge. Like they helped them out because obviously finances and stuff. Um, so those things I thought were pretty important. Let's see. Jamie says, sounds like an excuse for them to remove her from the case. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Now, I think them removing her was more suspicious than her calling and offering condolences. Um, Jamie said, how could anyone do that for a job if you don't have sympathy? Right, right. I mean, especially in such a young woman passing away like that. It is very tragic. I don't know why you wouldn't um, have a great amount of sympathy for the family and what they're going through. And it was an open casket as well, so it's not like there was like nothing in the casket and they had already taken her body off somewhere. that was an open casket, and yeah, and he did confirm that there are small bones in mixed in with her ashes. So um, I would have loved to see if, just for fun, I guess, just to rule it out and just to squash that. Zellner likes to do things like that. Um, Rule things out. Let's rule it out and let it go. If they would be willing to give some of her ashes at least for Zellner to test and just rule out the possibility that her and Carmen are related, that would be probably really helpful. Um, and he also did confirm that one of her piercings was found in the ashes. So he thinks it was the eyebrow piercing. So it was not like those weren't her ashes. He's pretty sure that those were her ashes, and one of her piercings was there. Yeah, Jamie said the fact that they did it twice in a short time is suspicious, removing Deborah Kakich from from a case. Yeah, I agree. Gloria said the coroner just wanted to do her job, but they never let her. I know. What is their problem with Deborah Kakich? I, honestly, just from all of the things that I'm hearing, different cases and such, it just really sounds to me like anytime their paths cross, they didn't want her there, especially if there is any kind of a connection at all to when they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. So it makes me wonder, like in Ricky Hostetler's case. I hope I said his name right. I never say that right. In his case, and Carmen being removed, and of course out with Teresa. So what were they doing that they shouldn't have been doing with Carmen? Was there something? I don't know. Um, this one was kind of funny. She was cremated in her favorite jeans and her brother John's Longhorn sweatshirt, and they were not Daisy Fuentes. Like that was like very not Daisy Fuentes. So that's funny though. That just stop that right now. Yeah, Gloria said because they knew she had integrity, right? She wouldn't lie for them. Like she wouldn't lie in Ricky's case, and she knew something was up there. And wasn't there was she also on the motorcycle, the motorcycle accident where, was it Peterson? I can never remember these things. These other surrounding cases, like I remember bits and pieces, but I had never have looked into them too deeply. Just because there's not a lot of information there like there is with Making a Murder. Um, but I wonder, I think she might have also been removed from, because she wouldn't lie there, like that she was wanting to tell the truth, that no, that this person was not dead when I think it was Peterson ran over them. So I think that's why. Hey, Marty, how are you? Would be amazing to get an interview with her now, right? I know. I would love to. I would love to talk to her. Um, I wonder if she's still scared. I mean, obviously she still was when she interviewed for Making a Murder 2. She was done with it all. Didn't she move away or something? I don't know if she's even around anymore. But boy, I sure would love to talk to her, even over the phone. I think it was Peterson that ran into the motorcycle. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what it was. Peterson. What? Wouldn't that be cool? I wouldn't even know how to do that. See, and I need to get some tips from Laura and from Erekose, because I just wouldn't even know how to go about asking for, contacting someone and asking them for an interview. I just would feel so weird. I'm so shy. It's stupid. Um, yeah, and the question I wrote down was, would they be willing to let the bones be tested just to rule it all out? Um, I'd like to see. Oh, something else a note I wrote is that I'd like to see the layout of the apartment. Because the way it sounded to me was that Jess, like, she was close enough to, when the grandmother came to the door, she was close enough to the door that the grandmother could hear her holler, like, hold on a minute or whatever she did. You would think that she, would have possibly gone immediately to go and wake Carmen up. I mean, I assume she probably thought she was asleep or something. She probably would have gone to wake her up or something and um, noticed that something was wrong. So that long delay, I think, most likely since there was the drugs involved, most likely that it was flushing drugs or whatever because she obviously knew something bad had happened. Um, I don't want to say, I think there was some suspicion that maybe she had done something to Carmen, but I don't think that's what the case was. I think it's more likely that she was just getting rid of drugs to keep herself out of trouble, so she didn't, get blamed for giving her the drugs or, get blamed for having them or something still. Um, she might be more open now that the case is getting opened up. Shit, I would interview her, right? Right? Hey, Jamie, if you can figure out how to get a hold of her, hook me up. I'll send her a message or something. Um, I think I mean I could do that. I messaged a lot of Teresa's friends, um, and you know how I am. I'm pretty calm and kind and stuff and respectful, and even then, still none of them answered me. So hopefully she's not quite so like closed off to talking to people. Maybe she, who knows? Who knows? Jamie, if you want to interview her, like, let's do it. Because honestly, I don't think I'm a very good interviewer. I've never interviewed anybody before. I love to talk to people, but I'm not very good at interviewing. Last night, um, I got to talk to Marty McFly, and it was great but it was like he was interviewing me for a while, and he had so many questions, and it was so nice because I didn't have to like think of questions because I just go blank. I guess in situations like that, I would not be a good interviewer. WKRP calm. Yeah, that's me. Do any of them know how to drive, right? Right? They're like accidents. Like, were they involved in Ricky's case? Another running over somebody at the motorcycle. You know, cover it up, you get promoted. Seems like you don't cooperate, you get walled off. Ronald says they claimed the coroner was a disgruntled employee. If she wasn't a player, they would be viewed as disgruntled when she was prevented from serving in a case. Yeah, right, exactly. Mike, is this a good channel to sip a tequila to? Sure, absolutely. Why not? Especially, I mean, it's pretty chill. No drama going on here. Don't like drama. Which, I love Laura. She's such a good friend, but I don't like drama much. I was over watching her live, and I just was starting to get grumpy, and I had been in such a good mood, even though this OBS, the Streamlabs, have been giving me trouble all day long. It was driving me crazy, but I was like staying in a good mood because I knew eventually I'd get it. I'd figure it out, and then I'd go live and I'd have a nice conversation with you guys and have fun because I've been wanting to come back and do it. Just I'm so scared. So I'm so chicken shit because I don't know what to say. So I'm glad I had all these notes. that I had something to kind of fill in the quiet because I don't have like my girls here with me talking. Um, all right, Jamie's gonna work on tracking her down. Sweet, let's do it. That'll be fun. Um, Marty McFly, you're awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Marty. Did Biff actually really do two coats? Conspiracy, I believe. What? Did Biff really do two coats? Okay, Catnip got it. Catnip's laughing, but I don't get it. I'm gonna feel really stupid when you tell me what you mean by that. I'm sure I will. Um, so yeah, what I was saying a minute ago, I thought I'd really like to see the layout of the apartment, or both the apartments, or just how was that set up? Because I wonder if there was a way that Jess could have seen Carmen before she went and got the grandmother, because it sounds like she claims she didn't. But you would think that if Carmen's in the living room, the door probably has to be right there. She would have to walk by her, near enough near enough to see that something's wrong. Like she's not just asleep. Um, and I wonder if she tried to wake Carmen up, honestly. Um, hey, someone's at your door, um, or something like that. Did she try to wake her up and realize that something was wrong? Because, like I said, I heard two different versions, really. So some of it's still a little bit confusing. So I wrote the notes, and I'd like to clear that up, and just for my own curiosity, so I get it right. Back to the Future reference. I thought so, but I wasn't sure. But I don't remember the two coats. Why am I not remembering the two coats? Mike, what the fuck is going on? Are we in an episode of Back to the Future? I don't know. Did anyone die? Oh, we're talking about Carmen Boutwell. And yes, she did die. Wasn't there a rumor that Jess injected her? Yeah, right. Which I think it was because it was it was pretty, I guess, well known that Carmen smoked pot, but they didn't think that she did, methadone or whatever it was that she had overdosed from. So I think there was a rumor, and I don't know who started or where, but she didn't do those type of drugs. She smoked pot. She didn't do those type of drugs. So somebody must have, overdosed her or given it to her, like forcefully or something, and that's why she's found in the living room, just in a strange position. So yeah. Mike is asking for background on Carmen Boutwell. She was the the woman, 24, 25, um, that died on November 3rd, on the day that Teresa was reported missing. She was discovered that she had passed away that same morning. Um, you've probably seen the side by sides. Hold on, I'll pull it up for you. I'll show you. And this is why I think this is why so many people right off the bat just were like, "Ooh, okay, something is not something is not right here," because these two just look way too similar. So, Um, if you just know that, it's definitely worth looking into, right? I mean, it could be something that could turn into something. Definitely always worth looking into everything, I think. But her brother came on Perplex channel on Friday, this past Friday, and um, cleared up a lot of the rumors and a lot of the speculation and such. So that was one of the things that picture was not recent at all. She didn't look like that anymore. Um, but that's it, really. That's about all the background there is on that. People, of course, rumors all over the place. But she passed away from a drug overdose, and I think there was a mix of alcohol as well, but it was like the mix of alcohol and drugs. Thank you, Marty. Um, Hopefully that was enough background for you, because, like I said, I haven't dug too deep into any of the surrounding cases like Ricky Hostetler or the motorcycle accident where Peterson ran over the one of the people in the accident, or Carmen, just a little bit, because it's not all online like Making a Murder. So let's see. Is this someone I knew personally? No, no. Um, I I'm about 2.5 hours south of Manitowoc area, so I don't know any of these people. Well, I didn't know any of these people before Making a Murderer came out. I hadn't heard of this. This was just something that one of the researchers discovered, and a lot of people ran all directions with it. So, um, Jamie, Jamie, she's not related to Teresa, but then that was another rumor that um, that the mitochondrial DNA would have been the same um, in Carmen and Teresa, but they weren't related, or at least not related in that way where they would have shared mitochondrial DNA. Is there no sound? Gloria said no sound. Oh, please tell me this thing did not break. Goodness. I don't know. Jamie heard me say that, so hopefully the sound is working. Okay. Okay, good, Gloria. Good. Sorry, I don't know. Um, I keep getting an error that pops up, and I don't know what's going on. This is what I've been fighting with all day long, the audio. I don't know what's happening. So hopefully you guys let me know, please, if anything, if it goes out. Um, let's see. Just finishing up the second coat now. What is that about? Explain that to me, because I've seen the movies, but I don't remember anything about a second coat. Sound went for all of the background. Sweet John named. Oh, yeah, Marty. John, Carmen's brother, named his daughter Carmen. That is sweet. That is so sweet. And she's just a cutie pie, too. Jamie said, I think Manitowoc Sheriff's Department was playing Frogger with their police cruisers, right? And somebody said earlier they don't know how to drive. Like they must not. Idiots. Idiots. Thought it was a distant relation, like third or fourth. see, I think that was the rumor that that there was, in some relation goes down the line and somehow they're related. But for mitochondrial DNA to be the same, you have to have just all females in that line. And apparently there's a male in there, if I have that information correct. I think somebody did the family tree and there's a male in there that would ruin that. Wouldn't work. Um, oh, when the pictures were up, there was no sound. Okay. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, then you probably didn't hear all the stuff I said while the picture was up. So basically, what I was saying while the pictures were up was the one on the left was Carmen, the one on the right was Teresa. The glasses were drawn on Teresa so that it would look, more similar to Carmen's picture. But um, Carmen's picture was from her junior high graduation, and that she no longer looked that way when she passed away. Her brother said that her hair was a hell of a lot shorter, and she no longer looked that way. Obviously, years had passed, so she didn't look like that. And he said he didn't think that she looked like Teresa. So um, I've not seen any pictures of Carmen around the time of her death, so I don't know what she looked like. I'm losing my voice apparently. Hi Ziggy, what's up? Hi Julie. I'll be back later. Need to make a McDonald's run, right, Marty? Like, well, hopefully yours is better than mine. Mine wasn't great. I had to take the boys to McDonald's like in the middle of the night last night to get some food. What is the state's reason for not giving the RAV to Zellner? Well, they don't have to. One second. Let me get a drink and hopefully it'll help a little bit. Um, they don't have to give her the RAV4 right now, and I don't think they've given her a reason for that. Just she asked and they said no, I guess. But when she gets an evidentiary hearing or a new trial, she'll have access to the RAV4. She will be able to get it then. So it's just a matter of when. She'll see it, she'll get it. And something cool that I found out, um I talked to Buting, or yeah, Jerry Buting, and I asked him a question, he answered. Because we were talking about some one of the was it in Casso? I can't remember what document it was, but some document that said that Buting and Strang had gone out and viewed the RAV4 in the police storage. And oh, good grief, what was that? I don't know what that was. Something really loud just happened. um, Hopefully I'll figure it out here in a minute. Anyway, but they had gone out and viewed the RAV4, and I asked him, did you happen to take any pictures of the RAV4 when you were out looking at it? And he said he didn't remember, but if he did, that Kathleen Zellner has them. So she may have more pictures that we haven't seen yet of the RAV4, which I now remember the reason why was um, Millbilly, who's another YouTuber. I forgot to grab his link and put it in, but Millbilly is another YouTuber, and he apparently had made a video talking about damage to the back of the RAV4, and I don't remember all what it said, but there was a report that there was some damage to like the back passenger, yeah, the back passenger side quarter panel. And it doesn't really say exactly where that is, but it sounded to me when I read it, it sounded like it was close to the very back of the car, not at the back door seam, which is where that reflection of the crate is that some people think is either rust, and also because of the curve in the door, it they thought that that was a dent. So I didn't think so, but some people do. So I was curious if they had gotten better pictures of that. Um, but Denise did show us a picture of the back side of the RAV4 on the passenger side in the crime lab, and like there's definitely no rust there, definitely. But so that's you know probably what I suspected was a just a reflection of the crate that it was in. But you can't tell if there's a dent, you know, or where it is. So it's probably not super noticeable. So I was just curious if they talked about or saw that at all, got pictures. Oh, it's okay, Jamie. Didn't mean to make it sound like close relation. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know that it was thought that she was, you know, they were kind of distant relatives, but that they were still related. But it would have to be in the right way with all females for the mitochondrial DNA because it's just passed from female to female. Um, Hi, happy wife. Oh, a new sub. Thank you, Ziggy. I for whatever reason I couldn't see it. It didn't show up at all. Well, that's rude. Why wouldn't that show up and tell me? It made a nice little noise to let me know that something happened, but it didn't tell me what it was. Probably I might be looking at the wrong window. That might be why. I heard the noise, but I couldn't see the thing. Well, thank you for subbing. She wants the parking lot, right, Gloria? Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some fingerprints on there. There has to be something on there. Something, even if it's dirt, like where it had broken off paint from a car, from a post, from whatever, some kind of trace to tell where it was or what did that damage. There might be some sort of a trace on there or fingerprints. So that would be great. That's another thing when she gets an evidentiary hearing or a new trial, she'll have access to all the things. So she can get it and test it. I just hope they haven't tampered with it. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they have. Um, Thank you, Jamie. Jamie posted Millbilly's YouTube page. Thank you, Millbill. Jamie. Oops. It showed at the top right, but I didn't catch the name. Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Sorry, my light is so bright. It's right in my eyes and I can't see. It says be kind to all. Is that a subscriber name or is that a message? I can't tell. But thank you for subscribing. Um, and fingerprints, yeah, fingerprints. That would be, wouldn't that be great to match that? Something on that light matching someone's fingerprints, or her being able to get fingerprints from those that she wasn't previously able to get fingerprints from, like Ryan. You said, Jamie said, I just figured out how to do it tonight. Oh, how to put links? Maybe, well, probably because you didn't have a wrench before, right? Because if you don't have a wrench, I don't think it'll let you post links. Rude dude. Do I have 8 hours of me again tonight? Maybe. It depends. It depends on you guys, I think. Like I could sit here and talk forever. And if anybody wants to join me, we could try testing that out too and see if we can figure out how to add a person. That would be fun. Especially if you're on Discord, I think I could probably figure that out easier. Oh, thank you, Gloria. Thanks for subscribing. I'm glad you told me because I'm sorry I missed it. I didn't know who it was, and that was one of the things. Like I specifically wanted to be able to thank people who came in and subscribed, and for whatever reason, I just didn't have that to where I could see it, and I still was. Did you write in there, "Be kind to all"? Why does it say "Be kind to all"? That's what I'm seeing. Um, Yay, you're awesome. Yay, Ziggy's yaying at you, Gloria. I've watched before and thought I was subscribed. Yeah, I think I heard that there was something that caused a lot of people to randomly unsubscribe from channels, from several channels that they were subscribed to, and they're just like, I wonder why I'm not getting a notification anymore. And they go and look, like type it out and search, and they're like, well, I'm not subscribed anymore, but I didn't unsubscribe. So I've heard that that's happened. You didn't write that. Why does it say that? So strange. So that's one of the things that I um, just put up today and got it working. I think I got it working. I don't know because it's not telling me. It's not telling me your name for some reason. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand Streamlabs at all. So, and I don't have anybody to like physically sit down with me and show me. And what's really messed up with this, and that's why it took me all day to figure out the audio, and why I can't use my mic, um, is because when you're when you open it up, it turns on your camera, and you can't like screen share with people for whatever reason. It just won't work. You can't screen share, so they can't look at what you see. They have to try to walk you through it. So it's just a mess. It's a nasty mess. So it's really hard to do. Trying to figure out all this stuff by myself, looking up videos and looking up um more things. I'm have to look up this error that I keep having pop up for some reason, that my audio, I've got two audio things going on or something. I don't know. Um so anything that you guys want to talk about, cuz that was it. Like I ran through my whole page of notes. And hey, reporting live from my sofa. Everybody, please go check out this guy. He is so fun to listen to and so funny. I just love you. My friend Denise had found your channel, and she watched you, and we were just chatting in Discord one day, and she's like, "Allie, you've got to go check this guy out. He's so funny." And so I went and watched, and then we were both watching together. And then you had just posted a new video like the next day, and we both watched it together. It was so fun. It was really fun because we're just sitting here laughing our asses off. It was so fun. Yeah, you guys go check him out. Um, the link is in. Hold on, I gotcha. Hold on. The link is. It should be in the description, but I'm gonna put it there anyway. You guys gotta go check him out. So I hope you didn't just get here because like I really don't have anything else left to talk about. Oh, good. Because well, see, I have a cool mic, but for some reason it's not working. And this is what I was trying to get it to work with today. And I was like, well, eventually I got it to work with my headset. So, all right. I look like an idiot with a headset on talking to myself. Like I don't have anything that I need to hear, but I'm just sitting here talking to myself with a freaking headset on because that's fun. Yeah, I just had a whole page of notes and I'm done with those now. And so really just whatever anybody else wants to talk about, unless somebody wants to try to join with me and, we'll live chat. Um, oh, awesome. Jamie's seen a couple videos. Did did Denise also share it with you too, Jamie? And with Linda too. We just love it. I'm glad um when I when we first were watching you, your subs have grown so fast. Like this has taken me 3 years to get here because I'm so shy and I'm so slow. So it's not been a fast process for me. I'm not nearly as serious as some of my other friends are, but I'm trying to be because they keep telling me you got to do it, Al. You got to do it. We could talk some making a murderer. Everything else, like I know a little bit here and there about other cases and other stuff going on, but making a murderer is my main thing. Um, awesome. Thank you. Thanks for reporting live. Your name is Paul, right? I believe. Um, did you ever get a Facebook page set up? All right, Rude Dude says, was any of Teresa's hair, oh wait, was any hair of Teresa's found in the back of the RAV? I don't think so. But there was those black hairs, and I think those were found on the seat, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. Those black hairs, the short black hairs. Um, so who has short black hair? All I could think of was Scott or Bobby. Maybe Ryan. It's hard to tell because his stupid head is shaved. Oh, good, awesome. I can't wait to find you on Facebook. A long time ago, I was gonna do I guess it was a channel that me and another Casey Martinez were gonna do together, and we had she was like, you got to get your own Facebook page, like a fan page, whatever, where you just can go and post your videos and stuff like that. So I have one, but I don't ever use it because we didn't ever do that. But um, yeah, so I have one. I don't know if I should probably use it, but I would like to have a good way for people to get in touch with me because um, on YouTube, it's like it's hard to see all the comments. Like I used to respond to every single comment, and a lot of them we would have really long back and forth conversations. And well, that was what sort of kind of pushed me into, all right, I got to listen to my friends because I like having these conversations with people. I love it. Um, if I could go and do it live, and it would be so much easier to try to explain. I could show you my screenshots of things and just really present it better than just typing it out a comment. So I love that part of it, just talking to people. Going live together, but heading to the store for some super glue to fix your super glue on your laptop. What? Oh my gosh. Yeah, whatever you want to do. Like I said, making murder stuff, I'm all over it. The other stuff, I know bits and pieces. Like I followed Chris Watts and um, Staircase, and I think you said you really went deep into the Staircase. Awesome. We can totally talk Making a Murder. That's how I roll. That's how you roll with the super glue. Awesome super glue on your laptop. Hey, I've been trying to bang this thing together all morning and I still didn't get it. So at least you have something that will fix your problem. That's good. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Gloria. I don't know. Oh, Gloria says I miss Casey's videos. I do too. Gosh, she's so smart, and I love her. Um, Such a sweet person. I know a lot of people probably don't see that, but she really is. Just like Laura, they're both very sweet people, and she cares so much about all of these cases. But you know, for those that don't know, she's said that Stephen and Brendan have Making a Murder 2. They have Laura Nyrider and Steve Drizzen and Kathleen Zellner. They have all these other YouTubers doing videos and all these Facebook pages and stuff. And there's a lot of other people in the same situation that don't have any of that, and they need me. So she would rather put her time and effort into trying to help those other people. And I think that's just so sweet. And of course, she's working on getting her college requirements done so that she can go to law school and be an attorney like Zellner and help these people legally. So, like, I'm so proud of her. She's still she's still really pushing me hard to do it, and I might I might do that. I've thought about it. I like the forensic psychology type stuff. I don't think I'd want to be an attorney, but we'll see. We'll see. I might do it maybe this summer. That's how we do it in the backwoods. I love I love the view you've got there in your background. So nice. I have a white wall, which is better than what I had before. I had a random couch, but came here because I was hoping I could get a green screen and maybe put something up nice behind me so that it doesn't look just so plain. But oh, good, Ziggy. I'm glad you asked why did she stop there. I'm glad I answered before I saw you ask. Is there anyone that can get records of communication in reference to giving the bones to the Hallbox in 2012? Um, oh, communication as in did the Hallbox request them or did the state offer? Is that what you mean, Ronald? Because as far as I'm aware, there is no record that's public at least. So if there was like phone calls, I don't think we would have those because it's not like they would write a police report on it or something. Um, oh, Jamie says the evidence log has them. I see. I don't know. Jamie, does it talk about who contacted who? Did the Hallbox request them? Because I don't know that. Um, Gloria is about 2 hours from Manitowoc. I am too. About that. I'm just north of Chicago. Um, Learned so much about this case from Casey. Right? She was the one that pushed me into starting 3 years ago making videos. Um, she was just like really pushing me hard, and now she's doing other things, and now it's after I took that really long break, um, Laura and Laura really pushed me to get back into it. So like I super appreciate all of them so much. Um, yeah, Ziggy, it's pretty awesome. I love Casey. Um, Later on, can I hit you up for some advice on a life matter? Are you talking to me, Ziggy? Sure, of course. You know where to find me. Oh, yeah, about signing them over. Yeah, of course. There's the CASA report 11/14, 11/15. We know who was there. We know who that they took them to the funeral home, Whiting Funeral Home, and gave them to the Haw box. Like we know those things, but I don't. As far as like who contacted who to request them, or did they were they offered? I would love to know the answer to that, by the way, but I don't. I don't know the answer to that, and I don't know that we can get the answer to that. And I'm gonna lose my voice apparently. I mean, phone, emails, etc. Between Governor AG. Um, I'm not sure if at some point Zellner might be able to request any communication between them. I'm not sure if she's able to do that at this point where she is right now, but at some point in the future, maybe she could, because I guess there was that same sort of thing with Kratz. Like Kratz's emails and stuff were given, the sheriff's office emails, stuff like that. So I imagine that's something that can be requested at some point. I just don't know when that might be. Probably, I would guess it would be evidentiary hearing or new trial when she's opened up to evidence. Like you can have whatever we have, you have access to it now. Will you be at the rally this summer? Yes, yes, I will. Unfortunately, I went to the first one. Unfortunately, I missed last year, but this year definitely going to be there. There's so many people that I have to meet, and if you're there, please make sure you at least say hi to me, um, and hang out. Yeah, for sure. I'd love to meet all of you. Ziggy. I loved how Casey would say, "Oh, kids. Oh, folks. Oh, folks." Yeah. And calling Kratz Wilbur. Yeah. And Leah, his piglet. Hi, Super NES. What's up? She's so funny. And I don't even think she's trying to be. She's just always that funny. Every time we would talk, we would just laugh like I do with Linda. Linda's so silly. And Miss Linda. Oh, you were there last year, Gloria? Sorry I missed you. Man, I just I wasn't sure because I had had that such a long break there that where I wasn't making videos, I wasn't posting on Facebook, I wasn't active anywhere really, just on my own, doing my own research and, you know, not really talking to many people. So I thought if I go, I won't really know anybody. It'll be awkward. But I didn't know anybody the first year, so I don't know why I cared, but I did for some reason. I just did and chickened out. I'm live. Sorry, my son just running his mouth back. Um, oh, your glasses got smashed. Well, reporting live from my sofa, just went to the store to get some super glue. Maybe he can hook you up and share. But I'm sorry about your glasses. I just had to take, not this one, my other son. I just had to take my other son to get his glasses replaced. He broke his. The arm is always breaking off his glasses. It's like his fourth pair. Or no, this will be his fifth and sixth pair. So, what should we talk about, you guys? said you took time out from here. Was it burnout? Um, a little bit, yeah. Um, and I still sort of feel the same sort of thing that I felt back then. It was like I have already covered all the things that I'm really super interested in and then researched them like to the ground as far as you can. And I did tons of videos on what I thought were all of the really big relevant things. And one of the things, I don't know why, it keeps popping in my head, like the read technique and how they used it to get Brendan's confession. Improperly used it to get Brendan's confession. Like that's one of my old videos. You don't hear a lot of people talk about that much anymore, but it's stuff like that that I've considered instead of just being burnout. Like I've done everything. Like what else do I do? Um, there are things left that I could do, like research burn barrels. Um, but I'm I don't feel like going through those hoops, I guess, to try to figure that out. That is just, I think, way too big to even try to get involved in. Especially when there's other people that have done that, and I'll just let them, just like thank them for their awesome work because I don't want to go there on stuff like that. But thought maybe I'd go and grab some of my old topics that I've already done and see what else I've learned since then because most of those were 2 to 3 years ago. So, there's probably quite a lot I've learned since then that I could probably add to it and kind of update it a bit. And that would be cool. But yeah, it was kind of what do I do now, you know? There was no lives back then that I saw. So I wouldn't have thought to do that at all. But since Erekose and Laura, they're doing live so much, and I've been on with them several times. It's just it's really fun to do. Um, and I have more interest in interacting with the chat than hey, let's go talk about this thing. I really want to interact with the chat like I did on my videos that I put up. Have these conversations back and forth um, about the cases or whatever you want to talk about. So I'll leave that good stuff to the experts, and we'll do all the other stuff. We'll answer the other questions if you guys have them still. Um, I'm into this case big time. After I watched Make Your Murder, I had to go meet the family and give Dolores a hug. I know, right? Isn't she the sweetest thing? She is so sweet. And um, I hung out. I went out to the salvage yard a couple times, and I got to meet Dolores both times. And she's just the sweetest little thing. I just loved her and her little dogs. I think I sat on the floor. Everybody else was kind of sitting in chairs or standing around, and I just sat on the floor and was like being mauled by the little doggies, and you know they're just so damn cute. How do you not? Um, but yeah, I loved seeing her especially. I did get to see Alan. He was on his way out to Crivet, so he was packing up the car, and he was like, "Yeah, hi." Like I don't really care about you. I don't know you. um, this case is so crazy and seems to just get crazier, right? It does. It just seems like there's more stuff popping up all the time. And just like recently, Zellner not knowing things or having documents that we all have is that blows my mind. Like I take nothing for granted anymore. If I have a thought where I used to say, I'm sure she knows that. I mean, obviously she would know that. I don't take it for granted anymore. I sent several emails um, with things like that, just in case, because who knows? Like, even stuff like she would probably have this information, but maybe I'm looking at just a little bit different, and maybe something will spark with something else she knows that I don't know, and maybe can put it together. Just ideas or thoughts that I have that what do I do with them? I might as well share them with her, or all this knowledge doesn't do me any good, and it definitely doesn't help the guys at all. So sharing it with her, I think everyone should, even if you think she's heard it. You know, send it if you think it's something. Send it to her because you never know. um, Hi, Suzanne. Just peeking in before I have to go to bed. It's 2:10 in Sweden. Oh my gosh, Sweden. Oh, how nice. I don't know why. I just like someone's in another country. It's so much better than where I'm at. It just always is. Sweden. That's so sweet. Well, thanks for popping in and saying hi. Um, Hope you have a good night. It's like 8:15 p.m. here, so it's not too bad. And I imagine Erekose is probably going to go live here in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Let me see if I've got any notifications. Not yet. Yep. So when he goes live, then I'll let you guys know if he's when he's about to go live. Um. Oh, moving on is here. Where's moving on? Oh 04. Moving on 04 is the burn barrels. Yes, moving on 04 is the burn barrel lady. She knows all about that. That's why I was like, let the people that know deal with that stuff because that is just a big old mess that I don't understand. Ronald says getting the communication records by FOIA request could reveal how far up the ladder this goes. Brad Schimmel and Governor Walker may have been involved in getting those bones gone. I agree. I agree. And I really do hope that she does try to get to the bottom of that. Why? And I imagine that that's one of those things that when the judge requests the state to respond, I hope that I'm sure they won't. They won't give that information. But I hope that at some point during that discovery process, it Zellner does dig into that and get the information. How did this come about? Because I think that answering that question is pretty important. If the Hallbox didn't request it, I think that's a pretty big deal because that shows intention that I mean they can't deny it already as it is, but that that shows more proof that there was intention to get rid of evidence. They have to withhold so much from her. I'm sure she appreciates it. They have to withhold so much from her. I'm not sure. It probably took me too long to hear that or to read that message, so I'm not sure what we were talking about at the time. We should get her on here. Get who? Oh, moving on. We should get moving on here. Oh my goodness, that's a great idea, Jamie. Where is she? I would love moving on. Do you want to come on and tell people about the burn barrels that this research you've done because it's amazing and I couldn't explain it if I wanted to and I can't. But she asked me to email Jim Kirby, Zollner's investigator, and I was like, "You're gonna have to write it out for me because I don't understand any of this." Oh, I'm sure Zollner appreciates any tips. Yes, yeah, Gloria, for sure, definitely. Especially now, and that's another reason why I think even even if it's something that you personally have sent in before, or if it's something that you think someone else might have sent in before, even if it's something like that, I still think you should do it because you know how it is, when she first gets the case, she's probably overwhelmed with the amount of information that's there. And we're all kind of coming in about the same time. Like we're not that much behind her. And there's so many of us compared to her and her team. She's got a lot, but not compared to all of the people online researching and stuff. Like I think we probably were coming up with things so fast and things were getting sent to her. It was just too much information to take in. But now that she's probably pretty well done with what she's got, um, aside from tying up, the loose odds and ends that she can tie up, I would imagine that if she sees something now, she'll have more time to like really read what you're saying and look at what you're presenting to her, and it won't be just like possibly overlooked. And that's what I think because gosh, I know there's one thing that uh, she's not perfect and she doesn't have everything all figured out. There is um, room for tightening it up a bit. I mean, always, sure. So if you think that you have anything that could help her, um, I'd send it for sure. Oh, good, good, Jamie. Message. Moving on. I don't know how to add people, but I would like to try to figure it out. And I know she's on Discord, so if she wants to like go on Discord and do it, that would be awesome. We could probably figure that out. I figured out how to do it in reverse, where we start out in Discord and then everybody leaves, and then I just come back over here to OBS by myself. The 8 hour marathon we had, or good grief, something's happening. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Something's happening. I'm not sure what it is. Getting so many messages here too, and I don't want to look up. What is Discord? Uh, it it is it is like wow. How do you explain what is Discord to somebody that doesn't know? It is a place where you can go and there are. It's sort of like it's not a Facebook group. It's like a completely separate thing, but it's sort of like that in a way. Like on this Discord, it was set up for Erekose, and um, so a lot of his followers are there. A lot of people doing really good research is there. All the documents, all the legal stuff, all the CASO, it's linked to Kathleen Zellner's Twitter. It's linked to TikTok Manitowoc on Reddit. Um, it's let's see, we've got links to everything pretty much. If it's case related and it's something that you can use for any type of research or whatever, it's probably there. And um, all the new things are being put here. So this is um, sort of like StephenAveryCase.org, except we can add to it. Everyone can add to it. Um, there are tons of people to talk to. There's tons of chat rooms that you can go into and just like live chat with people, voice chat, tons of voice chat rooms. So there's a lot going on. It's usually for gaming, but we're using it for making a murder, communicating with each other. Um, like right now, for example, Finn, um, one of a fellow supporter, Finn is on Twitter right now working on a Twitter campaign that she thought of this and she said, I'd like to do this. And I said, well, yeah, let's let everybody know they can contribute to it. So her idea was she got inspiration from one of Stacy Seabrook's songs. It really matters. The part where he said he could list 80 more things of the oddities in the cases. And see you later, Ziggy. Love you. Um, and so she says there's 80 days until the rally. So let's do one oddity every day on Twitter, 80 days of 80 things. And so that started today actually. So if anybody wants to get involved in that and retweet her tweet, that would be awesome. It's just it's sort of a fun thing also for those who might not know all of these things. Although there's a lot of new. Okay. Hello. Sorry. I guess we got interrupted. I don't know what happened there. I think I'm back. um yeah, let me. Oh, I can't get a link. Jamie, can you get a link for anybody who wants to join Discord? Actually, I might be able to get a link. 1 second. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Um, seems to happen sometimes. Just randomly disconnecting and all the strangeness going on here. But yeah, if I can find. Oh wait, here we go. I found it. Oh, fuck's sake. Hopefully this link still works. I'm not 100% sure, but try this. If not, Jamie can probably get another link. But if you'd like to join, just go there. And also, um, I did a really short live yesterday with where I talked about this Twitter campaign for with Finn, and about probably halfway or so through, if you need any help like navigating Discord or whatever, I like show a tour on how to navigate around in Discord. So if that helps at all, let's see. Am I on Twitter? I am. I couldn't tell you what my name is. Hold on. Sorry. I think I'm getting sick. I'll find it. Here we go. Oh, okay. I'm Devlin Alley. There you go. I'm not real super active on Twitter most of the time, so I pop on every now and then when there's something like this going on, and I'll help like retweet things and stuff. Okay, Catnip. What does your fam jam and friends think about your dedication to making a murder and other cases? Most people in my life are like, "Oh, that show on Netflix." Well, yeah, my family thinks I'm totally obsessed, and I am. Yeah. So my daughter lives in another state, but I think she thinks it's kind of cool because she watched Making a Murder. She got into it. She didn't get into it like I did. Like she's not looking at documents and stuff. But so she understands a lot of why I'm doing it. Um, I don't really tell. It's not that I don't tell people. I don't talk to anybody, honestly. I don't really talk to anybody on Facebook other than Making a Murderer people anymore. And even before Making a Murderer, I really still didn't talk to people. I would just go and look and see what everybody else is doing. But so I don't really talk to people. I don't have a lot of friends, even though it looks like I do. I know a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of friends. So um, not a lot of people to judge me. But if they tried, I don't think that they'd think I was crazy for very long. Just because the one person that I did try to explain it all to, I came at her from the Kratz angle, and I said, "Well, here's the case." Because they're like, "What is this?" And I was like, "Okay, well, here's the case, and this is all the evidence against Stephen Avery." And Brendan Dassey gave a confession, blah 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 blah. And they're like, "Well, so what's the problem? They're guilty, right?" And I'm like, "Well, here's the problem." And then I go into this is the long part of the conversation where I go into all the what's wrong with this picture from the research that I'd done. So then they're like, "I get it. Like, I understand. That makes so much sense. No wonder you're so into that." So supportive, I would say. If people think you're crazy, like they probably aren't willing. I would imagine they're probably not willing to read the documents and stuff. But maybe they would watch videos. There's so many videos out there that could could be like really informative on what is wrong with this case. Like this is why it's important. This is why it matters. This is why we're all so interested in it. And this is just one video. And there's so many. So, you know, if that gives them sort of an idea of perspective of how bad it really is, just show them one really bad video and be like, and this is just one thing. There's a lot. There's so much. Like I couldn't list it. Like we're gonna list 80 things, and I'm sure there's more. That's crazy. So hopefully they don't think it's a bad thing. I look at it as we're doing what we can to keep people talking about it, keep people interested, um, keep the awareness up so that the state can't continue to do what they had done for the last 10 years, which is nobody cares. We can get away with this because nobody cares. Now they know better. A lot of people care. A lot of people are watching. And whatever they do, people are watching now and they know. And as long as we keep up that pressure, hopefully they can't go too deep into whatever nefarious nonsense they're doing. Um, Working on finding the new link. Okay, Jamie put a link for Discord if you want to join. And like I said, there's one of my last video, I think it is the one before, where I talk about Fen. That's that's got a nice little like walkthrough kind of tutorial because I was trying to help them get connected and get like show them around a bit. So show them how to use it and what all you can do in there. Um, it's really weird that a lot of people in this area of Wisconsin don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I can't even get my kids to watch more than a couple of episodes. Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't I can't get my kids to watch. The boys. My daughter did obviously, but I can't get the boys to watch. Um, it was like pulling teeth to get my boyfriend to watch Making Murder 1, and it was like one episode a night about every 3 or 4 nights. So it was so spread out. I felt like, oh my gosh, you're just not. get like you gotta binge watch this to really for it to really hit you hard. Like holy crap, because if you forget any of it, it's like it's wow, this sucks. But it's not. It doesn't hit you so hard. I think binge watching it just makes a bit of a difference. But I can't get him to watch Make Your Murder 2 at all. Still, nobody, none of them. I tried to ask the boys if they'd go to the rally with me, but so far no takers. Yeah, some people. I think it's just easier for them to not look into it because then they have to care. I mean, it's hard to not care once you see what's there, because you can't unsee it. So it's easier to just look away and not even get deep into it. Because a lot of we could have done, and I'm sure a lot of people did. They watched Make Your Murder. Wow, that's terrible, and then they go on with their life. They go on to the next thing, um, and it's like, wow, that's terrible, and then go on to the next thing. But it's like something about this just grabbed people and held on to them and held them here. So um, that's good. That's good because there's a lot of good that can come from all of this if if we continue to do what we're doing. Try to make the changes that we can, like with voting and stuff like that. Educating, like there's a lot of things that we've learned, from this case, like how important it is to vote. Your judges and your attorney generals and all these idiots that have this power to do these things, the sheriff and stuff. Make sure you know who is running things. Um, had my friend message me the other day since she has Stacy's song stuck in her head. It really matters. I woke up with Truth Train stuck in my head. Like that happens to me all the time with Stacy's songs. They just get stuck, and I don't know why. I wake up or go to sleep, and it's just playing in my head. That's really funny though. Um, Travis, hey, what's up, Travis? What would you say the current thought on your town? Most have forgotten, don't care. Right? Yeah, Gloria. I was thinking. It really makes me sad that um, a lot of the people up in Wisconsin still are um, kind of closed off. Like I think they're like that. Like I don't want to look into this. I don't want to hear this. Like they feel it's disrespectful to Teresa, sort of like the family feels and the friends. Which, if that's how you look at it, it makes sense. It does really make sense. I can totally understand that. It's just unfortunate because there has to be something that forces you to hear just enough to make you go, all right, what's going on? And then look into it because it matters. So um, it's sad, but I think that when Zellner gets an evidentiary hearing or a new trial, the Hallbox and Teresa's friends are kind of going to be forced to hear this stuff and maybe question what they've always believed. And I know that's going to be very difficult for them to do. Um, so hopefully people are kind during this because it's not their fault that they believe what they believe. They were fooled just like a lot of the people were. Um, they were fooled and they just don't know better. And because of their situation, they can't hear that one thing that makes them go, but they will. Unfortunately, they'll have to face it. Um, yeah, Gloria, or they don't want to believe that this could really happen, right? And I've said this before. When I was up in Manitowoc, the for the first rally, there I talked to two people. Well, I talked to a lot of people, but I talked to two people. One of them had just gotten out of prison from being wrongly convicted up there, and the other one was in the process of being wrongly convicted. Like they were in the process of driving by his work, driving by his house, stopping, parking across the street, just not even trying to hide themselves, like in their police cars and just sitting there and watching his house. Like they were trying to intimidate. And he said they'd just get up behind him when he'd be driving, get up behind him and then pull away, follow him for a while and pull away. They do things like that. And he said, they're after me. They're after me. And I don't know what it is, but I just know I'm going to be wrongly like accused and probably convicted of something. And then, so we were talking on Facebook for a while, and then he just disappeared. I'm so worried that he was, and I didn't know his real name because he was terrified to like share his identity. But unfortunately, like, you know, I wish I could have followed up and found out if that had happened to him. But this is terrible. I hope it didn't. But it wouldn't be the first time I've heard of that going on up there, obviously. Unfortunately, I have to go now. I have to watch the replay. Love your channel. See you later. All right, bye. See you later, Ronald. Thanks for hanging out. Um, Either they don't care or they don't want to take the time to watch it. It's really frustrating. Yeah. Um, they saw the press conference and that is what they believe, right? The press conference was enough to convince the jury, most of the jury, right? So can you imagine? And that was on live TV. Can you imagine what Kratz said off camera to the Hall box? Like I can't even imagine the stuff that he told them. Who know and you know how he lies and makes things up. So who knows what he told them? Like for example, we have this solid piece of evidence, but for this random stupid reason we can't use it against him. But it's solid proof that he's the guy. Like for all we know, he could be saying stuff like that to them, and so that they won't question it. Um, so, like I said, I totally understand why they believe what they believe, and they're so strong on it. uh, Hi, Diego. How are you? Yeah, that press conference was so bad, wasn't it? Hey, Travis. I said hi to you a bit ago. How you doing? That's what they say. What about her family? Yeah. With the press conference, I live in Canada, and even here it was that, and the news feeds as well. Oh, that and the news feeds, right? Same goes with the media, right? Like the media is being told basically all the crap that Kratz has put in his book, and he's spreading. Anytime somebody puts a mic in front of his face, he's lying. Like so many lies. Um, he told the media a lot of lies. So I'm not. God, Kratz lied. The sheriff lied. Roar lied. Like all these people lied to the media, to the public, on TV. So they're going to lie to the hall box off camera. These people just don't care. Hi, Tracy. What's up? Thanks for linking my channel over there. Sorry, I love my Laura, but drama is not really my thing at all. So I was getting grumpy. I told her, I was like, I love you, but I'm getting grumpy. I have to go. And I had to come back here and try to sort out all this sound mess. Hi again, Travis. Good, good. Sweat, sweaty, sweat, aka Kratz. That's right, Jamie. Disgusting. So, hey, Travis, do you happen to know if or when Erekose is going to go live? Or also, Tracy, do you know about Laura? I think Laura said 9, but I can't ever remember if that's my time or her time. I don't know. It's almost 9 right now, so not your thing either. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine having to mod and having to listen to it. It it always gets me grumpy. I don't know. And I don't know these people. I'm not involved in any of it. I just feel because everybody's just kind of upset and I feel grumpy. I don't know. Oh, okay. So Laura's going to be live in 16 minutes. And Travis was on the phone with Erekose a few minutes ago. Did he happen to say, "Oh, is she also central?" I'm guessing she was. He's having technical issues. What? What is that about? I wonder what's going on. Maybe getting all of his stuff from Australia hooked back up properly and stuff. He Did you see the carpool karaoke that he posted last night on his main channel, and then he put 2 bonus songs, like all the Stacy ones are on his main channel, and all of and the 2 bonus songs on his Doctor Who channel. Not secure. What was that, Jamie? You listened to 2 hours? Oh, are you talking about on Laura's channel with the drama? Like I've heard bits and pieces of what they were talking about while I was there. I I could sort of follow it a little, but the people that they're talking about, like I hadn't, like I don't know them, which is surprising because um, the main person that they were talking about the time that I was there is supposedly a big Make You a Murderer, I assume, supporter, which because Laura said her and this person were friends. At least if I'm thinking of the right person. I thought her and Laura were friends for a really long time, so to hear that they're not now, it makes me sad. So it's kind of grumpy. Oh my gosh, Tracy. Yeah, the carpool karaoke is so good. So all 4 of them singing along to Stacy's songs. There's several of them, and it's just so fun. It's so fun to listen to them and watch that. And then over on the Doctor Who channel, they do Land Down Under and Dirty Deeds. They're special tribute to Manitowoc cops, sheriff's office. But it was so fun to watch that last night. Yeah. Mm. I mean, I like that Molly lady, the Marissa. She's the only one that I've been seeing her so much lately. Like I kind of like watching her. She's funny when she's not like grumpy, but she's funny. I like listening to her. She seems cool. I don't care about I've done things like we've all done things in our past. Like I don't hate somebody because they've done something. I don't care. I'm sure both sides can say they did this thing. I don't care. Whatever. Unless you do something to me, I don't really care what you did, unless you hurt my friends or me or something. Some people like watching drama. I guess it's just entertaining or they think it's funny to watch people fight. I just don't. It makes me sad. I'm weird like that, I guess. Havering, right? They're havering. They were havering all the way to Mark's. Oh yeah, Travis. That too. I'm sorry you missed it. Like I had this whole list of notes that I took from that episode. so good. So, so, so good. I told Laura, you've got to keep doing these interviews because they're so good and you're such a good interviewer. And people want to see that stuff from you, not this drama stuff. They want to see that. It's great information. And she got so many compliments from it. And I just thought, it's just, I had to, like, I took these notes because, for me, and while I was sitting here waiting for people to join and stuff, I was just like, well, I'll just read through my notes, for anybody that's interested. Yeah, the boy band, Erekose and the Havering Hodbrook. That's so great. You've got to tell him that, Jamie. Yeah. How many Red Bulls a day can you drink? Me? I don't really like Red Bull. Um, I like Monsters. I wouldn't drink more than one a day, though. Not sure why you're asking that, Calvin. That's funny. Um, yeah, the Australian videos were fun. It was so nice to be able to see all the stuff they were getting to do. It was great. They had, the attack on Laura about drugs was bad. I don't know what that was. I was probably gone before that happened. That's sad though. Yeah, Travis, sorry you missed it. It was just in the beginning of the video. While I was waiting for people to come on. How long have I been? Oh, almost 2 hours. Good grief. Went by fast. So yeah, almost like 2 hours ago. Uh, yeah, Jamie, I think that's the last non-drama video she's done. I think was the John Boutwell interview, which was I think it was on Friday. Yes, back to crime. Tracy, are you a Patreon? Were you in that Patreon meeting with Laura? That I think every one of us said the same thing. More crime, less drama. I like Laura, but I'm over the drama. I've been subbed to her for years and consider her a YouTube friend. Yeah, hey Marty, you know, couple years, like 3 years ago, whatever it was, like she was involved in a lot of drama. Her and Casey used to go back and forth. They hated each other. They liked each other. They're back and forth. Blah blah blah. And all the family groups and stuff. Everybody hated Laura. Um, there's there's always drama going on. Laura seems to like get mixed up in it, and then she'll back away from it, because I know I'm at least one of her friends that's been telling her ever since then, like 3 years. You're too good for that. Like the way you think, the way you come across, like you're really entertaining to watch. People like listening to you, they like watching you. Um, the only people that like to watch that drama are people that probably are involved in drama, and unless you want to stay involved in drama, you probably don't want to entertain those people. You probably want to go back to what you were doing that works, that makes makes people love you and want to watch you. It's your passion about the cases and about whatever it is that you're passionate about. I'd love to see her, whatever the case is, just get really passionate about it and go at it like she used to, like she has been. Like I'm not hating on her. I think she's doing a great job. Just would love to see a little bit less drama, even a little bit. Whatever. She's got a couple channels. Do what you want, but just don't lose the true crime stuff because it's so good, especially with the interviews. And that's one thing. I if I was yeah, I'll just leave it alone. Um, let's see. Sorry, Mr. Notes, I'll rewatch. Oh, it's okay, Travis. It's okay. I mean, if you watched her live, you've heard all of this. It wasn't. There's nothing new. It's just notes I took while I was watching that. So it was just something to fill up the time and entertain the couple of people that were hanging out. Audra says, "Hey y'all, just stopping to say hello." Hi Audra. Hey Erekose. Did you get your stuff all set up? Trauma in the interview. Did you see my name for your boy band above? Erekose. Where was it? Jamie says your new boy band with Paul and Mark and Stacy needs to be Erekose and the Havering Hodbrook. That's awesome. I love it. Um, oh yeah, that's right, Travis. Saturday was about the Motley Crue movie. I saw like an ad for that. I didn't even look at it because I was like, oh my god. I used to love Motley Crue like back in the 80s, but I just yeah, I kind of lost interest when they had dancers everywhere. You know, she'll get back to crime. I'm sure she doesn't want to turn to drama only. Yeah, I don't think she does either. Um, just seems like she'll go wherever money takes her. She needs to get back to what she did best, money second, though. Thought. Um, I don't I don't know if it's about money. I mean, it's really good to network, with people. Like if I hadn't hooked up with like going on Laura's live with her, um, then I wouldn't have hooked up. Which she also had Erekose on that night. Then I probably wouldn't have hooked up with Erekose because it's not like I didn't know who he was, and he might not have known who I was, but that was how we came together. And then I went on lots of Erekose's lives, which is kind of what brought me back into making videos again. Was going through that whole thing, and so hanging out with those two especially really has helped me get the courage, get the motivation, get the people back interested in coming over to my channel and hanging out with me and going, "Oh, Allie, I remember you. It's been a while, because I kind of was just missing for so long." So I think the networking part of it's good, and you make friends with people. Like I feel like I've been friends with Laura for like 3 years, and I feel like I've become friends with Erekose. So hey, Erekose, are you? Let me know when you're ready to go live, and I'll just hop off so we can all just come over and watch you. Just let me know. I don't want to step on you because I know you're on a schedule. I'm not. I can go live anytime. Um, but yeah, so networking and making friends along the way, you do that. So I don't falter for that. As you network and you grow, the money happens, and even for somebody like me, I was very small when I first hooked up with them a while like a few months ago, whatever it was. Um, I only had like 300 subscribers, so not a whole lot. Um, I wasn't even close to the point where I could monetize or anything like that. But I still have always had people, and you can ask, all of the folks that were on Hangouts. I've always had people like, Allie, what do you need? How can we help? Like I want to support what you're doing, whether it was just research or videos, whatever it was. And I've just had, there's so many generous, amazing, kind people out there that want to support this. Um, so there's money involved sometimes, but it's not about making the money. At least not for me. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. For some people it is, but I don't think Laura is about making money. I think she just really enjoys it. and she wants to do this full time. She really enjoys it, and she can sustain herself and take care of her children and everything by doing it. Great. That's awesome. But she loves it. It's not just a job. At least that's how I feel about it. I don't think it is. I really want to hear her view on it. Hear your view on it. Oh, sorry. I listened to y'all till I fell asleep, Audra. I know. I don't know what got into me. That was my first live, so I was like so excited and whatever. I got a little crazy. I went really long. Oh, good. You got your issues fixed? Good, good. Gonna upload another clip from Australia. I'm gonna go live later. Can someone explain how to properly tag someone in chat, like Erekose, for example? Did somebody explain it? Marty. Oh, okay. Um, oh, they got you? Okay. Well, just in case for anybody else that maybe missed it or didn't know, to tag somebody, you just put the @ symbol and then start to type their name, and a list will pop up. And you can just click on whatever name from that list that you're trying to tag, especially if it's something really long like Erekose's. Um, you don't have to type the whole thing out. Just put on like ER and it'll pop up his name. Just click it and then type your message. It's hard to resist being pulled in sometimes. I don't think it's intentional for money. Yeah, I don't either, Audra. But it's always nice to be able to do something you really enjoy and um, be able to do it full time would be really nice for somebody that really really super enjoys it. And I mean I can't lie, this is actually kind of fun. It's very scary, but it's also really fun because I really love getting to talk to people like all of you. Like this is all I want to do. I don't want to um, do videos like I used to do so much unless there's something, because there really isn't anything left for me to do that I'm really interested in. Like there's burn barrels, like I said, there's burn barrels, but I don't want to get involved in that. It's such a mess. And Moving on 04 has done that homework so well. Um, no spaces, no spaces. You put the @ symbol and then the letter, like the first couple letters, with no spaces to tag somebody. Um, when you tag on the computer, autofills, but not on my phone. Travis says that when you tag on the computer, it autofills, but not on my phone. And then Jamie says I have to type the complete name on my phone. Yeah, okay, so maybe phones just you have to type the whole thing in, unfortunately. I don't know. I've never watched a live on my phone. I usually use iPad at night, so I guess I need to type it out like this. Yeah, you got me. Yep. So if you do have to type the whole thing out, obviously you put the spaces where the spaces are, but um, other people don't have to do that. So, Erekose, I'm sorry. Are you okay? You're still working on an upload. Okay, you just let me know when you're ready, okay? Oh, or is Laura live now? It's Jamie. I think Jamie uses multiple devices. Like he has helped so many people on Discord and stuff. I don't use my phone. I'm not a cool kid. That's okay. Hopefully you, yeah. Sorry, I do everything on my computer. I can't stand looking at my stupid phone. And it's not even a small phone, like, but it's just, you know, everything's too small. I don't know. Just get squinty. I don't want to do it. Ma'am question. Oh, cool. Can you explain why the Teresa is still alive and living somewhere else theory is laughed at, considered ridiculous? I have a hard time accepting all the coincidences of the murder. So Julie, I I don't laugh at that. I think everybody's thoughts or ideas on everything, are welcome and good. Some people are just rude. Um, and unfortunately they shouldn't be rude, but unfortunately they are just rude if they laugh at you for believing what you believe or thinking what you think or trying to discuss those ideas. um you're probably not going to have a very good discussion with them. Honestly, I would find people like I'm always willing to have a discussion. And there's a lot of people that wouldn't be rude if you wanted to discuss why you believe that. Because I'm sure it's not just as simple as I think she's alive, just because I think she's alive. I'm sure you have your reasons, and they're probably really good and valid to you. And I love hearing those reasons. Like, I want to know. I don't personally think that she is, but that's my personal beliefs, and of course I have my reasons for that too. Um, it's hard to do like this, like over chat, because especially here, like there's just you have a word limit, so um, I don't know. Um, I don't want to name names, but there's yeah, I guess I won't name names just because I don't want to get any nonsense started. But there's a person that we all know that believes that Teresa is up in Canada. The photographer is up in Canada. And it's I don't think it's that that's what they believe. I think it's that they've gone to such extremes to try to prove it that it's kind of bordered on inappropriate or stalkerish type behavior. At least that's what is said. I don't know that for a fact, but because that's what's said, everybody thinks that that's what it is. So it's like, you're that whole thing is ridiculous. Um, but I don't think that it is. Um, I've seen their reasons. I don't necessarily agree that those pictures are her. I think that they look like her. They resemble her a bit, but I don't think that they are her. Um, and a lot of it, at least for me personally, I can't speak for everybody, but at least for me, I have to think about there are some human bones. Someone has been murdered, and there are human bones in the burn pit, in the burn barrel, in the quarry. Um, I don't think there's more than one victim, so I'm just gonna um, be rational and just that it's all one person scattered around. And what other victim is there other than Teresa Halbach? That it could be. It's not Carmen. There's no relation there, so it's not Carmen because it's someone that is related to Teresa, or it's Teresa. And unfortunately, I think the fact that there is at least a partial match, Teresa's missing. It's she's not likely to have just left on her own for any reason, like leaving her family and stuff. So I think it's the likelihood of it is very low. It doesn't mean it's impossible. So, you can't rule anything out. Um, you should always follow up and look into everything, especially if it strikes you in a way that interests you. I think you should always follow up on what you think, because you never know. You never know. I mean, like, that could be what happened. And we all find out that this is just, like, who knows? Then there will be another mystery. Who is this person with bones all over the place? by the Avery property. Who is that? Um, yeah, you've read on Reddit that there really isn't any hard proof that she's dead. Makes you start wondering. I totally understand that. That is true. There is no hard facts like the the DNA match is not complete. It's not a full profile. It's not a full match. There's not anything completely solid. Like there's not enough blood to have bled to death. But of course, that doesn't mean that a person is not deceased. It just means that that's not enough blood to have bled to death, is all it means. That blood could have been somewhere else. So that is still a possibility. Just the fact that she was bleeding it's a red flag. It's not proof of anything. But if you get enough of those little red flags, like there's a partial match on the DNA, there is blood in the car. She is not likely to go missing or just leave or abandon her family or friends. Um, just all of the things that make it lean a little, I think, more heavily towards something did happen to her. And I don't think it was by her own choice that she's disappeared. And there are bones. So they either belong to her because something happened to her or they belong to someone else. And then there's that mystery of who is that person and what happened to Teresa. Like so it kind of branches off into two mysteries now. And I don't that's a little too big for me. It's a little too big for me to think that that's likely. So I tend to go with, what seems more plausible. I use my laptop in the car. Can't wait to get home to my laptop. Hate using the phone for chat, right? I couldn't imagine. Hey, Julie says, or Suzanne says that she doesn't laugh at that theory. See, there are a lot of people that believe it. So, you know, it's awful that people are hateful or rude, and tell you you're wrong or you're crazy or something because nobody knows. Um, if I knew I was right, I still wouldn't say you're wrong, you're crazy. Um, but I can't say I'm right. I cannot say I know anything. None of us can. We don't know. So all of the possibilities are still open. Um, Julie says I read about it on Reddit. I don't discuss it. Um, Julie, if you're in Discord with us, discuss it there. Like that kind of stuff. Like you don't have to worry about anybody being rude to you in Discord. That won't happen. That's that is the only rule. Keep it classy, which means just don't be an asshole to each other. Um, that's it. So if you have a theory or if you have something that you want to discuss, because there are other people there, I am positive there are other people there that share that opinion and would probably like to have somebody to discuss it with. Um, Greetings from Colombia. Hi, Edouard. I hope I said that right. How are you? Playing devil's advocate. Is it just as possible Teresa's body could have been burned at Avery salvage yard and animals moved the bones to the Manitowoc County gravel pit? Um, I don't think so, Marty. Just because um, if you look at how far the bones traveled, there's there's a pile. You know what I mean? Like there's three piles in the gravel pit, and it's also obviously in a burn barrel in the burn pit, three piles in the quarry that are spread out pretty far. Um, like I just don't think it's likely that animals carried piles of bones all over you know what I mean? Like that would be unless it was gosh, this is going to be gross, but unless it was a specific body part, that was still intact, possibly. But I don't, as far as I know, I don't believe any body parts would have been left behind. You know what I mean? They were all burned. So that's the only way I could see that working if, for animals to have spread them out. If something requires a conspiracy of four or more people to work, for me personally, you have to show me something pretty solid. I tend to look at these hypotheses and start counting who you need. I do too, Travis. I do too. For me, it is. I mean, I'm just gonna say it. My suspect, my theory is gonna be Ryan and Scott Blodorn. So there's two. They're friends. They help each other out, and that is all. Those two planted all the things that could be planted by them, and all the things that there's the truth train. Just saying. The timing on that is always so good. Um, and then the police come in later with the swabs and dropping the key and those things, right? And the bullet, just to strengthen their case. And when I say police, I'm talking Lincoln Colburn. So two more. So four total. I don't think that's two and two. It would be two and two. It's not four total. It two and two. You know, and I don't know for sure that Link and Colburn have both done something, but I'm pretty sure that at least one of them, and I don't know which, has done them all. Link is the only one that was at every single place. Colburn was all at all but one, as far as I remember, except for the swabs. That would be weaker. So there would be another possible. But I don't think it's real super huge. I think maybe people know about it, but who actually was like physically involved in it? Not many people. Um, Hold on. Oh, I'm missing stuff. Oh gosh, chat's moving. Um, that's logical, Travis, and makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I agree, Marty. I get your point, Marty, but not enough time to burn and not enough teeth and rivets found. Right, Crockett. Um, the only thing I laugh at is when people say that Stephen and Brenda are guilty. Right, Suzanne? Please speak. We want to hear. Have to be three animals. Yeah. It, 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 well, even if it was one, it would like they would have to like scoop up some bones in their mouth and carry them. I don't know. I just don't see that happening. I did think about that, definitely, because of just the way that they were spread. I'm like, and I still can't. I cannot come up with a reason why that might have happened or how that could have happened. Um, what what could someone have been doing in the quarry to create three piles? You know, fairly spread out away from each other. I I can't, because it's not like they were burned on the ground. They would have been burned in the burn barrel still. So what would have created a way or a reason that you know some just got like scooped out of the burn barrel and thrown out here and there? Like I can't think of why that would be. If the goal is to take them all and dump them onto the Avery into the burn pit, why would some be here and there? I don't understand. Like I still can't wrap my head around why that would be done. Do you think Casey has pieced it together? Um, I think she has, at least as far as she's able to go. You know, I think she's got very good Bobby theory, and she's got very good Ryan theory. But there's only so far you can go with those. Like Ryan's never been investigated by anybody, so they've not had a chance to talk to him, interview him, um, really look into him at all. Talk to the people around him. Like Scott won't talk to him and tell him anything, and Teresa's friends won't talk to him and tell him anything about Ryan. Like there's only so far you can go with what the police had already done, which is not much. They did nothing. But I still feel like there is enough, there is more than enough on Ryan to at least warrant an investigation into him. Like say Brennan and Steven are released from prison tomorrow. I think the number one person they better start talking to is Ryan. He has a lot of explaining to do, I think, but I don't think he could be charged. So I don't think the final this is what happened is going to be able to be determined until there someone or everyone is fully investigated. Um, so check this out. Are you people all aware that Mike Hawbach, Teresa's brother, is the Green Bay Packers director of football technology? He started as an intern with the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, I think most of us know that he worked for the Green Bay Packers. Um, I think we all started talking about that around the time, like right after Making a Murder one. I think when people started looking into, well, where are they now, kind of thing, and found out, oh, he works for the Green Bay Packers. He's been there for this long. Interesting. But yeah, some people might still not know that, so it's always good to talk about it and bring it up. It's interesting. Uh, oh my goodness. Prior to his sister's disappearance, I'm thinking while Mike was in college, he got in a little trouble with Manitowoc police, and instead of ruining his career with the Green Bay Packers, he did decide to help the Manitowoc police. Um, I don't know, Tom. Right? I think I don't think he had that job until after Teresa was missing. I could be wrong, but so he wouldn't have been. Um, oh, are you saying while he was in, like before he got the job, he got into trouble? They still had that like holding over his head or something, and when this happened, I don't know. I don't know. I think Mike is he's in a really strange position because let's just for a second play with my theory. Ryan is Mr. Duping Delight. He's fooling the police into believing that Steven is guilty. Um, I have no doubt um, that he at least pulled that off in the beginning. I don't know how long he pulled that off or if they still believe that. I don't think they do. I don't believe that they do. I think at some point they figured out that he fooled them in the beginning. But like as far as Teresa's family goes, they still don't think that he's involved. So, it's like Mike, think Ryan could have told him things, to if he did do anything, I think, he probably could have fooled him into helping. But I don't think Mike's involved at all. I don't think he is. Um, a pack more like it. Oh, a pack more like it to remove that much, or a pack of T-Rex. Jamie. Um, Did they find none? Did they find bone fragments in the dog's stool? I don't think so, Travis. I don't believe they did. I would imagine that they would have said that, and like that would have been brought up because they could have they could have probably been able to tell, at least guesstimate how long that had been there. You know what I mean? Which would mean that the bones had to be there at least that long. And I don't think that there was. But don't you think that that's kind of interesting? I mean, to me, Bear's close enough that he could have reached into the burn pit. He could have eaten some of those bones. So why didn't he? I think it's because they were just dumped there. That's what I think. I think they were dumped there probably the night before the next day that they were found. Um, yeah, Marty, you're right. We'll never know because the bones were given to the Hawbox, right? And even if they did, even if the Hawbox did give them back, um, I think there's too much potential for contamination. Like who knows what condition they were kept in? They were buried, and they have damage or whatever. They should have been kept in proper evidence storage. There's no telling how degraded they would have become over the last 8 years that since they've had them. Prior to his sister's disappearance, I'm thinking. Oh no, I already read that. Yeah, he's still with the Packers. Oh my goodness, the chat jumps. I hate that. Okay, and now I see what everybody's talking about. The chat jumps when you try to scroll. It just jumps. Like, oh no, I lost my place. Uh, it's pretty much impossible to contain a conspiracy more than three. Again, it could be two and two. Oh, you agree that it could be two and two? Yeah, I think so. Um, and as to like expand on that a little bit, we'll do two and three. Like here's Ryan and Scott and Link Colburn and Wiegert. I think Ryan may have hooked up with Wiegert, but Lincoln Colburn might not have known about it. Scott might not have known about it. I mean, I do think Wiegert and Ryan hooked up, possibly Colburn too. So I think at one time, no more than three people. So like conspiring together, like Wiegert and Ryan might have had a conversation. I need you to do this. Here, talk to Colburn. Colburn's going to help you. And Wiegert and Ryan have their conversations where the calls get dropped in the pit. I know that. I know that's where he was. Oh my goodness. Where else could he have been? That he's in the pit, not up by the office. It's fine there, but in the pit. The reception terrible. Um, I think he's in on this. I just don't like. I imagine Mike coming over to Teresa's house and Ryan telling him, "Hey, why don't you call her? Here's the password. Like I just figured it out. Here's the password. Why don't you call and check her messages?" Because he knows very well if he's my suspect. He knows very well there's nothing going to be found there because he deleted everything that would have been incriminating in any way. So he's got another witness. You know what I mean? Like Mike can say there was nothing on in her messages to lead to where she might be or what might have happened to her. So duping him in a way to, hey, I just figured it out. Here's her password. Why don't you call and see what it says, see what's on there? Like, do it. And he does it. I don't think Mike wouldn't have had to known anything to do that. Um, I don't know what else he would have been involved in. I certainly don't think he would have helped kill her. Why would he have been there? Like, I can think of why Scott would be there. Obviously, he lives there, and he would have been coming home from work right about the time she's getting home from work. Um, I think Ryan was harassing her and stalking her, kind of, and he was there already, hanging out with Scott, waiting for her, or he had come right after she did. That's what I think. So that's why Ryan would be there. But I can't think of any reason why Mike would be there. Um, when does the courts? Oh, Travis. Good. I'm glad you answered that. Tom Wright asked, when does the courts have to respond? And Travis answered, next step would be for the judge to determine if she wants the state to respond. And I think Tracy and Travis both determined that she's probably going to ask the state to respond. So the state's not going to offer to do it on their own. So, but I don't know. Oh, Travis, while you're here, it'll probably take me a while to get to it, but while you're here, can you tell me, does does the judge have a time limit that we're looking at to where she might ask the state to respond? Or does the state have a date that on their own they have to respond before the state? I think that Millbilly was thinking it was April 14th was their date. So do you think Judge Angie would be waiting for that date to see if they're going to do it on their own before she requests it from them? That's what I'm thinking if that's how it's going down. I think that's probably what's happening. She might wait for them and then say, no, I want you to respond to this. um, yes, for sure, Ryan. Oh, you're welcome, Tom Wright. Yeah, a lot of people had a problem, Gloria. A lot of people had a problem with his wording choices when he said about the grieving process too. Yeah, it was strange. I don't know. Uh, I mean, we all know people grieve in different ways and they express different ways. And he's on camera, might be nervous. Like, there's a lot of factors that I would kind of give him a not a pass, but I wouldn't read too much into that because aside from that, I really can't think of anything that and when him and Ryan were being asked if they went out onto the Avery salvage yard and they lied. They straight lied because they damn sure had been several times, more than once. So, you know, first of all, why were you there? Second of all, why are you lying about it on the news? So, what are you hiding? That's suspicious to me. And maybe he knows something about the planting of the RAV4. But as far as like the murder, I don't think for one second that Mike would suspect Ryan. If Ryan is guilty, like I don't think for one second that Mike knows. But he might think that the police need to make sure that they get her killer, which they all believe was Steven, and Ryan was going to help them do that. And he might have known about it. I can't see any reason for him to get involved in it, because I think, uh, you know, at least Wiegert was. Colburn might have also been because of the white Jeep. I think everybody thinks that Colburn is the one that owned the white Jeep that was following the RAV4 on the 4th, when it was planted. Um, Oh, it jumped again. No, I don't. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to find the. See, Julie says I don't understand the setting up of a trust fund, the trust fund, the family's promotions, and the family not grieving. I mean, I don't know anything about a trust fund. Uh, the promotions, like with Tim, I think with his in the law practice, the law firm, was probably one of those things, and with Green Bay was probably those things that, hey, it's who and getting hooked up in really good jobs. But as far as like the family not grieving, um, a lot of people who go onto TV, like with a missing child or a missing loved one or whatever, um, or even one that's been murdered, they're coached not to show emotion because some killers or kidnappers thrive on that. Like they get off on that. It's part of why they do what they do. So if that is the kind of person we're dealing with, do not show emotions. I think they're all coached not to. So as far as like not crying, not showing emotions at court, same thing. Don't give, because I mean, obviously you think Stephen Avery is the one that's killed Teresa. We don't know if he's like that or not, but don't show emotions just in case he is. Because he sees the news. He's sitting right there in court. Don't show emotions. So I can totally understand why that is very intentional. And it's probably very difficult too. I mean, I would imagine. Of course it is. So I understand that part of it at least. Um, I just want these. Oh, stop jumping, chat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we all want them free. Oh my gosh. I don't either, so I don't think anything for the animal to drag off, but or and what was dumped were fully calcined. Yeah. Right. So they were already burned. They were already burned before they were dumped in those three locations. So I just don't, unless an animal would scoop up a pile of bones in their mouth and carry it around like that can't be that doesn't seem logical to me. I would like to know why Ryan called himself Killigus when he sneaked onto the crime scene. Why not Smith or something? Right, Suzanne? Honestly, I don't know for sure that he wrote down the name or if the person who was taking the logs wrote down the name. I think it was a little bit of both. um, and it could have been just to give him the benefit of the doubt, which, just to be fair, I have to do too, even though he's still my suspect. Just to give him the benefit of the doubt, someone mishearing that name and then repeating it like in the tweet that Leah Kratz put out, where she says that the 22 calls um, to Ryan were from Wiegert. She calls him Kilgus, and I think that's intentional. I think it's because it was written down incorrectly. He was the leader of the search party. Clearly, everybody knows. It's not like there's two, a Hilligus and a Kilgus, that are leading up search parties for Teresa. So it's not like I don't think he was trying to hide it, especially not with such a similar name. I think that's more a case of someone just misheard it and wrote it down wrong, and then um, it was repeated. Um, why use why use a name with the word kill in it? Oh my gosh! Wow, I I hadn't noticed that before, but that's creepy, right? The case is so confusing. It reminds me of 12 Monkeys. I can't say I remember that. I don't think Mike knows anything other than his sister is dead and what police and prosecutors told him. Yeah, I do too. And Ryan. Yeah, I don't think he does either, other than what they all told him. I think the voice message that was from the zippers. That would make sense, Gloria. I mean, it does because she doesn't need directions to get to any of the properties out on Avery Salvage Yard. Obviously, clearly, she knew how to get there, and clearly, she knew where to go on the property. So she didn't need the address. She had the address. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make sense. She wasn't having trouble finding it. Uh, so it seems like that would make the most sense. Where is Ryan now? Good question, rude dude. I don't know. As far as I know, he's still a nurse somewhere, but I don't know. Gloria says I think he's a nurse in Green Bay. I think he is, but I'm not positive. Uh, okay, Travis says time limits. I think on the judge thing, he'll answer it. He says, one, there's currently no deadline for the state to respond. Okay, that's good to know. The statute is clear that the judge has to first determine if it wants a response. Sorry, guys. Legalese I read very slowly and like 3 times. Judge has to first determine. Okay, so we're waiting on the judge. We're not waiting on the state. Well, whichever comes first. So here's a question I've never seen asked, Travis. When there is a lien on a vehicle like the RAV, can't the loan company request the vehicle back at some point? Hmm. I'm not sure if Travis answered that, but I'm going to try to just throw my 2 cents in while I'm still catching up on chat. I think if it's evidence, it doesn't matter. Um, that overrides liens and such. Um, Marty, Eric eBay, autocorrect is fun. What if judge never asks for a response or gives an opinion? That's a good question, Crockett. I mean, obviously there's got to be. Okay, I don't want to say there has to be because I am going to guess. I'm sure Travis has probably already answered this, but I'm going to try to guess without looking, just from the stuff that I've learned over the last few years. If it comes to that point where it gets to be stupid, Zellner can be like, "Excuse me, I need a response." Right? I hope that's right, but I don't know. I'm probably wrong. But like I said, it's a guess, so don't take my word. There's a Supreme Court rule that says the court has to rule on a motion 90 days after it's submitted or advise chief judge that they need additional time. There are no deadlines or time limits. Okay. Okay, so 90 days from when she submitted her motion, the court has to rule on it or say that they need additional time within 90 days. Okay, good to know. Uh, I thought the Court of Appeals wanted an answer. Um, I think what the Court of Appeals wants. Here I am trying to answer legal stuff. I'm absolutely not a legal expert. That's Travis. So, but I follow Tracy and I follow Travis, and they're so informed and smart, and attorneys or basically a lawyer. um, they they have educated me so much on legal processes and terms, all the things that I feel like a lot of these things almost feel like common sense to me now. Like the Court of Appeals wants to hear. Um, oh, and by the way, thank you. Thank you both for that because I just would be lost if it wasn't for Tracy and Travis and the legal knowledge that they're sharing with us. I never would have gotten to the point where I feel like we've been through this a couple times before. I kind of remember what happened last time. So the question was, I lost it. Oh, I thought the Court of Appeals wanted an answer. I think what the Court of Appeals is waiting on is for whatever is going to happen in the circuit court to be dealt with, done, um, a decision determination made. I think that's what they're waiting on. So we're not even at the point yet where the Court of Appeal or the circuit court, which is Judge Angie, has even responded to Zellner's motion yet. So there's still a lot to happen there in the circuit court before that information gets back to the Court of Appeals. So there's still a ways to go. But yeah, they eventually they will want to know what the determinations were. Um, so the judge can make this an endless wait. And he says, great question. I mean, you would think that at some point, um, if, like I said, if it gets to be just ridiculous or out of control, that Zellner could request something to be done. Like, come on. Like, who does she request this from? I don't know. But I can't imagine that Judge Angie would intentionally drag it out. Um, Tracy's Tracy's very well informed opinion. I think we all respect her opinion. Is not that is that Judge Angie's not crooked. She's not um she's not dirty. She's just a little stupid. Like she doesn't know the law or something, and she doesn't read the motions, and she doesn't pay attention to what's in them. Um, as as far like she's negligent as far as I'm that sounds negligent to me. Just not bothering to respond or acknowledge most of what's in a motion. Um, and but she's not dirty. So I don't think she'd drag it out unless she was dirty, and then she would. But I'll have to take Tracy's opinion or her word on that because I don't know anything about her other than she's ruled against Zellner already, against Stephen. Um, Allie, correct on the RAV. However, in this case, I believe the county paid the lien. I recall seeing somewhere that the county owns the RAV4. Um, that's a good question, Travis. Like I don't I don't know if that means that they paid the lien or like I said that it overrides a lien because they can't just go around paying off everybody's freaking vehicles that are part of evidence, right? So I mean that would be ridiculous. Uh, I mean, if it's evidence, it kind of becomes their property. What do the lien holders do about it? Some something with insurance, maybe file some claim with insurance that hey, we lost this vehicle because it became evidence. Need to recover our losses, sort of thing. Maybe I don't know. That's just a thought. I have no idea. I'm guessing, but it's a good question. Those are just my ideas. So maybe that could be. Travis, can you find the answer to the endless wait question for Crockett? The Court of Appeals is tapping their toe. It won't drag out forever. Yeah, that's a good point. The Court of Appeals is waiting for those determinations. So you know, do Travis, do they have any kind of what's the right word, jurisdiction or power over the circuit court, control in any way to make her hurry up? Would that be if they did take um, like if Zellner did say, okay, this is really out of control? Would she go to the circuit court to say, or to the good grief, I can't say. Would she go to the appeals court to say, can you please do something about this? You ordered them to do this. Oh, that would make sense, right? She would go to the Court of Appeals because she'd say, you ordered them to handle this. They're not handling it. Please do something. Enforce it, right? The Court of Appeals can tell her to speed it up. Gotta go. Thank you, Allie. Good night, everyone. Good night, Gloria. Thanks for hanging out. Correct. It was unusual for them to pay off. Evidence does trump. Okay. Judge Angie is what you get if you don't turn out to vote. Judge Angie is what you get if you don't turn out to vote. There you go. And that goes for Wisconsin and whatever state you live in or country um, that votes. Go vote. I said that earlier, Travis. That's part of why we need to keep talking about it because this is something that I never would have thought of, and I think a lot of people probably are the same way. Just wouldn't have thought of, well, we vote for our sheriffs and we vote for our judges and all these other people. They're who's making these decisions and running stuff. So vote for the right people. So the right people aren't getting that power. Um, oh, Jamie, thank you. Yeah, please hit like and subscribe, and thank you for hanging out. Is Erekose ready yet? Or is Laura live? I don't want to like overlap anybody, and I haven't looked. Does anybody happen to know, or should I look? But she has an auto 180 days. Okay, so but I bet if she goes 181, Zillner's gonna be like, "Excuse me, Court of Appeals, please instruct Judge Angie to follow your instructions." Let's see. Julie says, didn't the Court of Appeals tell the Circuit Court pretty much to sort out this mess? So if the Circuit Court doesn't sort it all out, grant a hearing, etc., and it ends up back at the Court of Appeals, isn't the Court of Appeals going to be ticked off? Um, I'm just going to guess at that. I'm sure Travis will correct me if I'm wrong. I would imagine that if she does the same thing that got Zellner to the Court of Appeals in the first place, which is basically ignore everything she said in her motion, not acknowledge it and rule against again in the same way, I imagine that the Court of Appeals probably would say, okay, this is a problem with you. What is your problem, Judge Angie? Of course, I don't know. Oh, Laura's live. Okay, and she's doing what is she doing tonight? I need to look. Wife swap murder. Well, it's not making a murderer. I don't know. Um, I'm not sure. What should we do? It's not making a murder. Do you guys want to talk about making a murder, or do you guys want to go over to Laura's wife swap? Wife swap murder. I've never heard of it, so I can't really. Always interesting. uh, so yeah. that kind of, yeah, is it kind of normal for the post-conviction process? I think, I mean, no matter what is decided, either side is going, whichever side loses is going to appeal as far as they can, which is how Brendan eventually lost. Um, but but I just I think I think if the circuit court makes the same exact kind of I don't want to say mistake because I imagine it's got to be intentional. The same kind of error where she's just not acknowledging most of what's in emotion. She's being asked to look at this and make a decision, and she's just saying nope. And instead of saying I said no because of blah, I said no because of blah. The state is right here. The state is right with this. You didn't give me enough information for this, so I can't do anything about it. Like, there's nothing like that. It's just nothing. Like, no response at all. Ignored it. So, of course, Zellner is going to appeal that. She would have appealed if she lost for, like, valid excuses, but no excuses, I think it's different. And if it comes back to the Court of Appeals again with something similar, I imagine, I would hope that something would be done, but I don't know because I don't know the legal system. I can't believe I'm having legal discussions with people. I don't know anything about this, but I'm making the best educated guesses, I guess, that I can with the knowledge that I have, which is fairly limited, but enough that I can hold a conversation, I guess, with because of Travis and because of Tracy. So thank you again. Um, oh, you guys are so sweet. You want to stay? Okay, we'll stay. All right, you got it. I have enough baggage with making a murderer, right? I don't. Oh my gosh, like I'm so interested in other cases and stuff, but not to the point where I want to go watch one video about it. Like I want to watch a documentary or maybe a series of videos or something like that, or like there's gonna be a continuation of discussion on it, and then I'll want to jump into it. Like when the whole Chris Watts thing was happening, man, that was exciting. I smell a fire. Hmm, that's strange. Anyway, hmm. All right, I'm gonna try to hold on a sec. Hold on just one second. Morgan, do you smell a fire? Do you smell a fire? You smell smoke? You guys, our building has caught fire before. Like, actually, the apartment next door to us has caught fire before because of faulty lights outside, the wiring on the lights outside. And I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, but we have to unhook our smoke detectors because they go off every time you turn on the oven or the burners on the stove. Stupid. So, hey, hey, do you smell smoke? All right, just like pay attention just in case, because you never know. I mean, we're on the third floor, so we got it. We have to pay attention. Sorry, you guys. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure I'm smelling stuff, which is weird because like the apartments next door, they have fireplaces, we don't, and I never smell smoke from them, so I know it's not that. And I did not smell smoke the night that the next door apartment was on fire, so I didn't know until the cops banged on our door to tell us. Anyway, okay, so let's get back to this. Suzanne should be in bed sleeping, but this is too interesting. Awesome. I don't want to keep you up though, Suzanne, but I'm glad it's interesting. Um, Well, this motion also asks for Angie to step aside. Does it, Travis? I didn't know that. Um, or yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. But she doesn't have to, right? Like Zellner, until the appeal is completed, she can't ask for a new judge, like in the circuit court. But I could see, yeah, I remember that now. I'm caught up. I remember that now. Yeah, or she asks her, basically says she should. I would put my family through more by looking at other murders. Oh yeah, Crockett. Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly like right now, even when I was out in the middle of the living room, nobody paid attention to what I do. They just don't. Um, but now I've got my screens facing the wall, so nobody can see. Nobody cares anyway. But that's good because it's not like I don't want them to see some of the things I look at, which because of the things I'm interested in, like forensic psychology and of course true crime, serial killers, things like that. I have some I have some very awful, scary things on my screens sometimes because I'm learning. I'm always trying to learn something about, especially the psychology. But um, oh, thanks, Travis. A plus so far on guesses. Yeah, guesses. I mean, I would say they're educated guesses because of you and Tracy. Totally because of you and Tracy. Um, it would have been impossible before. Um, Travis, do you think that would be for the best? Oh yeah, yeah. Travis, do you think it would be for the best for Judge Angie to step aside? I would imagine so, right? Um, Crockett says I'm happy for Angie to stay. Really? Um, I don't know. If she did step aside, what do the alternatives look like? Like, who are these people? Like, do I know Tracy knows like who they are? But do you know anything about the other potential judges that might take over if she does step aside? I can't imagine she would. Not because she's crooked, but just because no, being a jerk, being stubborn. Why should I? Um, watch the HBO one every Sunday going on now. I don't know. HBO every Sunday. I don't have cable. I don't watch TV. I yeah. Maybe Judge Angie hired herself a tutor. Let's see the cat. Which one? Which one do you want to see? The big one or the little one? You want me to go check? I mean, I've got two boys that can check. They looked outside the front door. Sorry, excuse me. There's nothing out there. Which our building is, like I said, we're on the third floor, and it's like there's outside doors to come in, and then there's stairs inside, and all of our apartments are like that. So if you open our door, if people are cooking, you can smell everything people are cooking. And it just smells like a freaking amazing restaurant out in our hallway all the time. So great. So yeah, if anything was going on out there, you could smell it if you open the door. And they both just went out, so don't say that on the internet. They'll lock you up. Will they really? I mean, I'm just kidding. I totally like we hooked them back up. I forgot. My bad. Um, she asked for a judge, but Angie can deny it. Yeah, they're way better than educated guesses. I don't think so. I mean, like I said, a lot of it feels a little bit like once I have this piece and this piece to the puzzle, I can kind of figure out what's going on here. It's sort of like that, like without you guys having to necessarily go there. Which I guess I do that with a lot of different things, so it feels okay once. But I have to have those two pieces, or I'm lost. Um, Tracy would know much better than me. I don't know if. Hey, Ethan. I don't know if replacement. One second. People. Mommy, Mommy Dearest, I believe is the name of the HBO one. Mommy Dead, Mommy Dearest. Remember that movie? Ew. Oh, I don't want the box. Give me the box. Well, oops. Is this what you wanted to see, Travis? This is Draven. Oh my gosh, and he is not very happy right now. He just got pulled out of a Coke box to be brought over. But real quick while he's here, has anybody ever seen a flippin' tail like this in their life on a cat? It is okay. He's mad at me. No, he's like, I ain't having this. Bitch, put me down. I'm going back to my Coke box. Sorry, that's Draven. If anybody remembers my old videos from like 3 years ago, he was just a little kitten playing in the background on the bed. Um, he doesn't come see me anymore. He don't like me. Uh, do you think there's any way the state can get off the hook now, or are things finally coming to a head? Seems as though KZ has the state and the circuit court backed into a corner. I think so. What are they going to say? You know, what are they going to say? Um, like they can't deny, yeah, we gave bones away. And they can't deny that. They can't deny that they believed that they were human. Um, sorry, your own expert at trial told you they were human, and you lied to the jury about that. So I'd like to see her jump all um, over them for that. Like your own experts um, report, your own experts report says those are human bones. So how do you just turn around and lie to the jury and say they're not? They're not evidence. Yeah, they're evidence. They're evidence that someone has been murdered, even if it's not Teresa. It can't be proven to be Teresa. Someone was murdered. You don't just go burning bodies in quarries and burn pits. So someone was murdered. Yeah, that's evidence. Sorry, you liar. Oh, boy, they make me mad. Kratz. Mm. Uh, so no, Julie, I don't think they can. Like, I just can't think of what they could possibly say that she can't destroy. You know, like they can try to say, we didn't know. Bullshit. You knew. You knew. You knew when you handed them to the hall box. You knew at court. So you knew even before that. But, you know, liar, 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 liar. All the way down the line, they've been lying. How's everybody doing? I'm still editing my video. Is everybody having a good time? Hi, Erekose. Welcome back. You you let me know, sir. I've been going for 3 hours now, so it is all yours whenever you're ready. Like we're all so excited to see whatever you've got from Australia or whatever it is that you're going to talk about tonight. Like we're always interested. But I'm doing great. This is so fun. Like I'm so glad people popped in. And there not to be like um well, I am grateful that at the moment, I don't have my chat flying because I'm trying to read all the comments and stuff and respond, talk about everything. So if it was flying, gosh, that would be hard. Uh, let's see. Casey and Angie have been swiping back and forth at each other from April of 2018 to September 2018. I think Casey has checked out all the alternatives and figures she can't do worse. Yeah, right? I would imagine. Um, I'm breaking all the things. Um, oh, and that's the title of this video. I am breaking all the things today. Um, yeah, I would think that she knows as much as she possibly can about the other judges that might take her place if Judge Angie does decide to recuse herself or whatever. Um, and yeah, can't do worse. I mean, I don't see how you could do worse. I really don't at all. Even if you know nothing about any of them, I don't see how you could do worse. Um, the big cat, biggest cat ever. Yeah, that's my Draven. How long to go live, Erekose? Erekose Alley's doing great. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that's the one you were talking about, Travis. I didn't think you wanted the little calico. Um, yeah, he's big. He's heavy, like 16 pounds, and and most of it's fur. If that makes like he's actually not a real big cat. It's mostly fur. Um, I think Casey just reminding Angie if she continued. Just reminding Angie if she continued. I'm gonna guess at what you're trying, what you meant by that. Uh, no, I'm not, because I lost it. How many more years will Casey practice? If she retires, is she Stephen Avery's last hope? Ooh, Marty. I don't know. I've never heard her answer that question, but I would imagine that she would at least finish up the cases that she's got. Even if she retires, like she could retire from I'm not taking more cases. I'm just going to finish these up however long that takes. I mean, obviously it could take years, but I would assume, she could do that. And that'd be a better option than just being like, "Well, I'm out, y'all. Deuces." I just don't think Mary. Oh, Mary, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Keep up the good work. Doing great. Thank you. This is so fun for me. I love getting to talk to you guys. So, not work at all. This is fun. So fun. That was a delay. I see it pop up and then it makes a noise over here like 5 minutes later. Um, yeah. So I just don't think that she'll abandon her clients. They need her. And if she just leaves them, that is years of work that someone else is going to have to like take over. And maybe she has partners that might know the cases that well. I don't know. I just um wouldn't think that she'd do that. I think she'd want to finish them up herself. It's probably very personal at that point if you've been on them for so long and because like she said in Make Your Murder too, you have to know everything. You can't just kind of go in there kind of knowing what you're talking about. You have to know everything about everything. And so I wouldn't, honestly, I feel like I don't know everything about everything to do with the cases, but I know that 3 years I've put so much time into it that I could never just walk away until it's done. And when I say done, I mean all the way done. Both the guys are free. Both the guys have got settlements. Teresa has justice. The correct person is in prison. Um, and if possible, I would like to see all of the people who contributed not only to have civil suits against them, but if possible, criminal for their parts and that they played, because it's got to be criminal to take away people's freedom. You know, it has to be. Yeah, I hope it is. Uh, um, she's. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Thank you. She's stretching, dude. Um, Doing great. Oh, thank you, Travis. You guys are so sweet. I'm just finishing up editing. Uploading will take a little bit. Okay, you let me know. We're excited. Can we have like a not a preview, but a teaser? Like what are we talking about tonight? Is it a premiere or a premiere than a live? Um, that's why I'm thinking it's the beginning of the end. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what you hold on. I'm not sure what you were commenting on there, Julie. That's why I'm thinking it's the beginning of the end. Oh, Travis, I don't see a link. What statute are you trying to link? I'll see if I can find it and link it. If I can, if I can figure out how to do it. Tell me how to like search for it, and I'll put it up for you. Because I don't think you can put links on. Um, Dennying. Dennying. Um, I'm not sure what that's about either. Wow, surprise. Yeah, right, Mary? Oh my goodness. Great job, Allie. We'll wait now for Erekose. Cool. Awesome, Crockett. Yeah. As soon as he's ready, I'm ready to pop over and see what he's got going on. We've all been waiting like impatiently for days to see what's going on. He was so tired last night though. But I don't know if hold on. Let me do it again. I'm sure that all of you are already subscribed to Erekose, but there's that link anyway, and I'm gonna link his other channel too, just in case, because maybe not everybody is subscribed to Doctor Who. There is bonus carpool karaoke over on Doctor Who. There's carpool karaoke with Stacy's songs on Erekose's channel, and then Doctor Who has a couple bonus footage. So that is awesome. And by the way, here's Stacy. I would love to be able to play his songs on here, but I can't. I really don't know how to. I don't know. Well, I don't know how, and I'm pretty sure that I can't legally play his songs because they're copyrighted and all that stuff. Uh, ZK has hundreds of thousands invested. She isn't. Oh, KZ. Yeah, KZ has hundreds of thousands invested. She isn't going anywhere. You're right. You're right, Travis. That makes perfect sense. She is going to get back her money. Yeah. Plus, aside from being financially invested, like personally invested, I think she's completely, she's all in. She's invested. She's all in. She's like, no, no plea deals. No, not happening. Um, Lisa says, I think if she planned to retire, she would start taking the back seat in new cases. Somebody said that they thought it was possible that she might. I think it might have been Travis. Maybe was it you, Travis, that said that she might not be the lead on like at if there was a trial or an evidentiary hearing, or am I thinking of somebody else? Okay, 97406. Um, yeah, there we go. You got it, Travis. There's the statute. Do you want me to read it? This 97406 is a statute on post-conviction procedure. You and I think so much alike, it's scary. You finish my thoughts. Are you talking to me? Oh, that's funny. Let's see. 97406. Let's see what it says. Is there a is there a certain part that I should read? Or just like read all of it. Well, I don't want to read all of that. Good grief. I could put it up on the screen though. Oh no, I can't. My sound's messed up when I switch over to show stuff on the screen. Aw. Well, I'll just read some of it. Let's see. After the time for appeal on post-conviction remedy provided in 97402 has expired, a prisoner in custody under sentence of a court or a person convicted and placed with volunteers in probation program under statute 97311, claiming the right to be released upon the grounds that the sentence was imposed in violation of the U.S. Constitution or the Constitution or laws of this state, that the court was without jurisdiction to impose such sentence, or that the sentence was in excess of the maximum authorized by law, or is otherwise subject to collateral attack, may move the court which imposed the sentence to vacate, set aside, or correct the sentence. So this is what oh, go to subsection 3A and 3C. Okay. 3A says cause a copy of the notice to be served upon the district attorney who shall file a written response within the time prescribed by the court. And 3C is grant a prompt hearing. With your voice, please read the whole thing. The whole thing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Hold on. I can't. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you guys confident in KZ's other clients like Melissa or Daniel? I think Daniel Holzclaw. Um, I know a little bit about Melissa, but just the fact that Zellner is representing her and whoever, I I believe I believe in them too. You're kidding. Thank you, Travis. Thank you. A lovely voice. I have the NPR voice. Unless I'm wound up, then I'm a little weird. But so basically, what let's see, 3A. Oops. Cause a copy of the notice to be served upon the district attorney who shall file a written response within the time prescribed by the court. So basically, you have this long um, and grant a prompt hearing. So they're not. So that's. I think that's what you're trying to say earlier with the question. Can she drag it out forever? That this makes it look like no, no, you cannot do that. I'm probably going to have it uploaded in 45 minutes. Goodness, it's gonna be late though, sir. Okay, we'll hang out. We'll be here. um, if Allie ever wants a side gig, she should do audiobooks. Her voice is so smooth and expressive. But see what happens? I start to lose my voice. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I like. How do you even do something like that? I'd do it, right? Because I can't like go outside the house and work anymore. So it would be nice if I could contribute some income. It would be great if I could find a job that I could do from here. That's not sales because I can't sell like free money to somebody. I couldn't. I couldn't. I can't do it. Um, I am new here, just checking it out. What's your channel about? Hi, Lewis. Well, mostly we talk about making a murderer here, but I am willing to talk about, whatever. If yeah, I wouldn't say I will put a rule out there that you have to stay on topic because really the topic is what do you guys want to talk about? Um, and most people here probably want to talk about making a murder, which is totally okay with me because that is what I follow more than anything. But if you're interested in other cases, I can try. I know a little bit about most of the ones that you've heard of. The staircase, Darlie Routier, especially like Darlie Routier, Chris Watts, stuff that's going on. So welcome. Within time frame prescribed by the court means she needs to set a date. Like Angie has to set a date. Judge Angie has to set a date of state. I need you to respond by blah. Yes, I would actually get audiobooks then, Jamie. Well, hey, Jamie, Mr. Investigator, if you can tell me how to do it, I will look into it and I'll read what. Hey, look, I've got. Here's your selection. Pick a book. Here's the books. We got Wrecking Crew. We got Unmaking a Murderer, Indefensible, and Unreasonable Inferences. Unfortunately, this. Come on. Of course, I don't have them all stacked up right. They're all like a mess everywhere. There you go. There's my book selection. This is what I've got. There's your Making Your Murderer books. I'll read whatever you want. Honestly, I would probably do it just for funsies. But if you can, yeah, you can hook me up with a job, like how you do it for a job. I'd love to know how people go about that. Oh, sorry guys, this is driving me crazy. There we go. ASMR videos. Oh my goodness, you don't want to hear that, do you? The what? Like all the. You know what? I looked that up once because somebody told me that, and I was like, "You got it? Like, really? Okay, well, I'll look." And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, I couldn't do that. I would feel creepy. You know what I mean? I would feel creepy if I did that stuff. I would feel like a weirdo. Um, I am a little bit of a weirdo anyway, but I would feel very strange doing that intentionally because this is completely natural. I would feel weird doing it on purpose. It's kind of like when I'm not sure if I should go there. Ah, screw it. It's this is my channel. I'll say what I want. It's kind of like when a guy wants you to talk sexy to them. I can't do it. I'm just like, really? I'm not a porn star. I don't do that on command. No, it feels weird. It's unnatural. If you have to ask me to do it, it feels unnatural. If I'm getting paid to do it, oh my goodness, that would feel really weird too. But to just talk naturally, reading a book. I mean, I read all kinds of stuff on my channel. The documents and stuff like that. I read all kinds of documents, and that's normal. That's natural for me. So if people like that, I would love to. Um, I would love to do that. Um, she is the bomb. You didn't know? Just playing. Thank you. I think you're talking about me. Well, I will be catching that tomorrow. What are you be catching? Um, I got behind now. What are you be catching tomorrow? You're sending me a photo? You're sending me a photo, Travis, and you'll be my agent? Okay, cool. Or or you're an attorney. I mean, I would love to work for you. You want me to work for you? I'll like do a job for you. I don't mind leaving the house, but I can't do it like full time. Like in an office because I can't stay on a schedule. Can't do it. My body will not cooperate with me. Um, Hello from Dublin, Ireland. Hi, Anthony. Welcome. I am in the Chicago area, and everybody is from everywhere. Um, let's see. I will set it as soon as possible. Okay. Awesome, Erekose. Voice model. Voice model. When I was a kid in Dallas, like every girl, you know, wanted to, who didn't want to be a model? They told me you could be a hand model. My hands are all fat now, but like I guess back in the day I had nice hands. Um, and a face model because I didn't have like I had like I had like a booty and big boobs. I wasn't built like a rail, but I was thin. But I could do face shots and hand stuff, but I couldn't like be runway or like probably uh like full shoots or whatever. And my mom was like, "Nah." Nope. Okay. Um did you explain before if Ryan is the killer, how Stephen Avery's blood got in the RAV4? I don't think or I'm sorry, I don't have my own theory yet. I'm weighing everyone else's, kind of trying to see which one answers the most. Julie, well, um, no, I haven't talked about that actually. Not tonight at least. But we can. So I think that I have always believed Stephen right from the very, very beginning. Um, from the day, if I'm not mistaken, from the day he was arrested on November 9th, um, he was interviewed by Emily Matesic. He said this on the news, and he might have said it even before that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he's been saying all along, right from the beginning, that the blood in his trailer in the bathroom was taken on the third, on the night of the third, while he was at Menards. And I think that is probably the most logical explanation for someone, whether it's Ryan or whoever, someone got the blood from his bathroom. Otherwise, how does it disappear? You know, it wouldn't. just disappear and then not like somebody wouldn't break into your house or your trailer. Somebody wouldn't break into your trailer, steal your blood, and then not use it to plant in the RAV4. It, so I definitely think that is the source of the blood in the RAV4. Otherwise, where would that blood have gone? Stephen would have to have been lying all along because that explains it. And so the whole blood vial thing, uh, I didn't really follow along, but definitely after they're like, oh well, the hole's supposed to be there. Definitely after that, I was like, well, it doesn't matter because the blood came from the bathroom, and he's been, like I said, he's been saying that all along, and so I believe that. I definitely believe whether you want to, no matter who your suspect is, it makes zero difference. Any person could have broken in because someone did pry up that back door. Any person could have broken in. And honestly, if I was going to look for DNA to plant on someone I want to frame, the first place I would go is a bathroom because there is so much DNA in a bathroom. I mean, there's hairbrushes, there's toothbrushes, there's dirty clothes, especially in Stephen's case where it was also his laundry room. There's dirty towels, um, like body towels and probably hand towels, spit, toothpaste, things like that in the sink. I mean, razor. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, you could find facial hair for a man. So lots of things in the shower, the loofah things, or a rag. But anyway, so yeah, a huge bunch of DNA you can find in the bathroom. I can't think of a better place anywhere to look. So the fact that somebody got in that bathroom and out so quickly is really not surprising at all. Because honestly, um, I don't know if you've seen, maybe if you're new to my channel or new to Making a Murder, you probably haven't seen, but I actually did a my own personal blood experiment. Unfortunately, at the time I wasn't making videos, so I didn't take any video or pictures of it because it was just for me and I wasn't planning to share it. But I did make a video explaining how I was able to, after I cut my finger cooking one night, cut it pretty bad. I was able to take that blood. I used paper towels, like just like this, like they're really thick paper towels, but I used paper towels and wrapped it up, and it soaked through probably 10 or 20 of these. And I was able to take these even after they dried and put water and just squeeze. Also, you can use, see how it's kind of rounded and pointed almost there? You could use that to create little swipes. I mean, you could unfold it even a little and make it thinner, but and I was able to use that little fold there. The camera's just not wanting to. I was able to use that little fold there to make a swipe, and also to just with a little bit of water, just get it wet and squeeze it and make some drips. So definitely, all it takes, something like this, go wipe it all up, put a little water from the sink, and head out the door like that, just out of there. How fast is that? Wipe it up, you're out. So yeah, like that makes perfect sense to me. I could totally like picture that happening, see that happening. You go into a bathroom looking for some sort of DNA, and you're like, "Holy shit! There is a bunch of like wet blood. Jackpot! I'm grabbing that. Don't need nothing else. I'm out." Um, Surely there's like toilet paper, possibly a rag, maybe even a dirty T-shirt, something like that that they could have used in the same way I used my paper towel, um, to put a little water just to keep it wet while they ran it over to the RAV4, which was not far away, probably right there at Cuss Road, so not far from there. Um, Especially if you're cutting through the quarry, which I would guess if it's no matter who it was, I would guess that's probably the way they went because that's the way that Stephen saw the lights. The tail lights were going away back in that direction of the quarry. So I think and he saw it too. So he saw it and the blood's missing. That's definitely where it came from. I mean, nothing else m- makes more sense than that, I don't think. Um, Dublin, Ireland. Wow. Yes, Judge A. State is to submit response on or before. Judge A needs to issue an order saying state is to submit a response on or before. Okay, that makes sense. I'm not sure where Millbilly got that April 14th date, I think is what he said off the top of my head. I think that's what he said, April 14th. I'm not sure where he got that then, but I think that's what he was thinking, that the state had that long to respond. So if she hasn't said that yet, then I was thinking he might have just been counting days, like maybe it was 90 days or something. That might be where he got it. It's getting hot in here. What? um, did I miss something, Marty? Or you know what? You probably said that before when I was talking nonsense. Sorry, you guys. Um, Start with children's books. The Murder Lady reads Amelia Bedelia. I haven't heard of that. That sounds cute, though. That sounds really cute. Oh, children's books. Yeah, I used to love to read to the kids when they were little. Because I mean, all animated and stuff. And I should probably just do it like this, where I'm like, like talk with my hands a lot. Kind of like Laura. I should probably get a something. I don't have something to occupy my hands, like her football that she used to play with. Start with oh yeah, I'm by Oak Lawn Alley. You anywhere near there? I'm sorry, Mary. Oops. I'm sorry. I'm not from Illinois. I just live here. Um, I don't leave my apartment. I don't go anywhere ever. I know. Um, I'm in Fox Lake, so I don't know where that is. Because like I said, I'm not from here. I'm from Arkansas. So um, voiceover artist. The only ones who knew about Steven's cut on his finger was family, though. Um, well, Colburn knew. Colburn would have known when he went over to talk to B Yonda, and Stephen came out to meet him and said, "No, I was the one that met her for that appointment." There's no way that Colburn wouldn't have been looking for signs. Like I said with Ryan, the cuts and the bruises on Ryan, that's those are signs of a struggle. Those are things that trained law enforcement officers, especially detectives, are trained to look for when they're interviewing anyone related to a missing person or a homicide or whatever. So I know damn well they noticed that those marks on Ryan, and I know damn well they had to have seen Steven's cut. Steven's his cut was bad. Um, I don't think you could have possibly mistaken that for a like fingernail scratch. It was deep and gross, like jagged and Yeah, and even if it wasn't, if it was or wasn't wrapped up, I think it would have been very noticeable. And of course, if you're looking for those things, you'll see it. You'll see it. So this would have been before he goes to Menards on that night. So I mean, like that quick, that quick. But like I said before, um, whoever was breaking into his trailer wouldn't necessarily have to know that he's got a cut. Like, for example, Bobby would have known that Steven had that cut, right? Probably. Um, but Bobby, why would Bobby have thought, Steven, blood all over his frickin' trailer. I need to go find some blood. Why would he think that? Who does that? Who bleeds all over the place and doesn't clean it up? That's gross. And um, very, like, beyond normal messy. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about blood. Not going to be fun to clean up when it gets dry. It's very easy to wipe up when it's wet. Not a big deal. I mean, you could sanitize it later, but just to wipe up the wet blood, you wouldn't. Why would you leave that there? So I wouldn't think that Bobby, for example, would know just because Steven has a cut that there's going to be blood somewhere in the trailer. Where is it? Where is it? Like Easter egg hunt. Let's go find it. Um, I don't believe it. I think whoever it is, even Bobby, he might have known, or Ryan, who might have known if he was hiding in the bushes, waiting for Steven to leave. He could have overheard him say, "Oh shit, I've busted this back open, moving Barb's little trailer thing. Let me go run in the house and wrap it up." He could have overheard that, but it doesn't. It still wouldn't, even knowing that, no matter who, you wouldn't think that a person would leave blood everywhere. I mean, you would expect that they would have cleaned it up. So I don't think that matters as much. Uh, voiceover artists make about 3,000 per book. Really? Dude, reading puts me to sleep, but I would so read books for that much money. That's ridiculous. Wow. See, you probably have to be really good to make that. If I made $500 a book, I would be thrilled. Be crazy. Um, so do you think the conspiracy framing began on the third or before that? I think it began on the 31st, like on the day she went missing. I think. I think the plan, the original plan, probably started being hatched right away, like um, when something happened to Teresa. Why wouldn't you like immediately start? Oh shit, what do we do? Because you wouldn't know you've got 4 days. You might think, well, tomorrow they'll notice that she's not home, that she hasn't called, or she hasn't shown up, or whatever. So you got to start thinking quick. I would think that that would start on the 31st, and that you know something was going on like all night long. Probably some late night going on there. Oh my God, what do we do? Um, that's what I think. 5 minutes. Okay, we got 5 minutes, and then Erekose's gonna go live. We're gonna all pop over and see what he's got going on. I thought he said May 14th. No, I'm pretty sure he said April. I was pretty sure, but who knows? 5 minutes. Marty was referring to your comment on talking sexy. Oh yeah. It's not getting hot in here, especially if you ask for it. It's definitely not. I forgot about that Colburn saw him shit. Yeah, right, Jamie? This is why we talk it out. This is why we talk it out. Cause like you guys will say something and I'll be like, oh yeah, and sometimes I'll say something and you're like, oh yeah. But there isn't a deadline either in April or May. Not sure what mill Billy was referring to. I'm not either, Travis. I don't know for sure because I thought that she didn't have a deadline, which I can't believe I was right. That's crazy. I was listening. I was listening. Um, I'm by Midway Airport, like 10 minutes. You're not close, maybe an hour away. Yeah, I've heard of Midway Airport. I think I've been there once. Yeah, that's pretty far. Supreme Court Rule 70.36 dictates that a circuit court judge sorry, shall decide each matter submitted for decision within 90 days of the date on which the matter is submitted to the judge in final form. Yeah, 90 days. See, 90 days, like when the appeal was going on, like I always knew 90 days, 90 days. I gotcha. 90 days. Um, Hi, Allie. I just happened to see you are live, so I turned on my notifications. Hi, Daisy lady. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? We're actually about to stop though because Erekose's about to go live, so we're gonna stop here. I'm gonna read like the last couple comments really quickly. You ain't breaking me today. What? I don't know who you are, Slimer. SCR 70.36 also provides that the judge can automatic 30-day extension. Yeah. Oh yeah, shut it, Jamie. Back the truth train up. Allie, always go with your gut in the law. Uh, I wanted to be a lawyer, Travis. Did you know that? I wanted to be a lawyer when I was a kid. Perry Mason was my idol. Like I loved him. Here's a question. Steve and Brian and Mama Avery rode in Steven's car up north. Then Brendan and Brian were stopped in Steven's car going for soda. Steven's blood was still in the car. So who is CX? Holy. Yes. 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 Who knows? I don't know who CX is. I don't know. But I want to know who that is. I want to know in the car, at the other quarry. I want to know why is this blood not matched to somebody? Why? Judge can get automatic 90-day extension. Okay, blah 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 blah. I'll be back next time. Okay, Daisy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we're all popping over to Erekose right now. All right. Thank you all. Tom Wright, thanks, Allie. Have a great night. Thank you, you too. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. It was so fun. Um, who knows what when I'll go live next. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow, maybe tonight after Erekose. I don't know. I guess it just depends on whatever people want to do. Um, thank you, Travis. Thanks for hanging out and helping me answer all these legal questions. Thanks, Lisa. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with me and hit subscribe, like, please on your way out, and let's pop over to Erekose and uh, really, really quick, just in case. There's Erekose's channel. Sorry I don't have any Stacy closing music. I wish I did, but I love you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Bye. See you over at Erekose's. Bye guys.